Hello everyone and welcome back to South Asia Wildcard Pro League. So we had a break. It was a good break. In fact, I think Dhaka, you had a good time with your break, and now we're back with the action. I think starting off just after the break, we have SDZ versus Mount Olympus. Got to just put that there. We saw some pretty good action in the last 4 days, and I think we'll be able to see the points table, how the teams are standing in the top 16 who will be moving into the grand finals. This is their final chance now. They have 8 matches. So after these 4 matches, they'll be having only 4. So this is a tight call for them. And with that, we have the points table. So looking at the top 16, look at that. The first 4 places not at all changed. RGC OPEX, E2S TM7, ISSL, RGC AKATSUKI just sitting there comfortably. No rush, nothing. Even after the last day, day 4, where they didn't play, they're still in that top 4 position. And with that, we can see MacPen coming in to 16th position with 60 points, but that's not going to be enough. Let's see how they're doing in the future matches. With that, SDZ Esports coming up to 17th place, but no chicken dinner still with 58 total. And with that, we can see, I think UG Zeus, LND, NRC, some of the teams in Lanka, some of the most prominent teams in Lanka, they're not able to push through. So let's see how they're going to perform after today's matches. Definitely there'll be some change in their strategy. And with that, we have the kill leaders of the day 4. We have Funky, Crypto, Leo, Nisal, Taurus. So that's 2 players from SDZ doing a whole lot of damage. And the damage masters, Leo, Crypto, Mifzal, T-Rex and Moha. So Soldiers Esports getting that double back-to-back chicken dinners. Definitely we got to have a chat with them as soon as the match is over. And with that, we have the survivors as well. I think Infinity Club for now, Dhaka, they have been the most surviving team. I think they are there in almost all the survivors. So I think we'll be able to see the top 10 overall kill leaders, damage masters and survivors also. But before that, let's quickly get into the match and see how things are going. So Dhaka, what do you think today? Any tingling feeling or anything?
No, I think my tingling feeling is still on break, so I'll let you know when it comes back. But either way, obviously, just expecting the highest level of gameplay, obviously, and hopefully more 1 versus 4s. I mean, I would definitely love to see more, entertaining action like that. But obviously, end of the day, it's just a game, so make sure you enjoy it. Yes, I mean, a lot of people do make a lifestyle out of it, but end of the day, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, if you don't love what you're doing, there's no point doing it. So. And definitely it won't last for the long term. So that's all basically. So let's see how the teams do play, how the games play out today. But with that, very interesting play in here. So a lot of these usually accessed locations will probably not be accessed to others. Sometimes you might see teams just dropping off as close as possible to a vehicle and then just rotating out from there. But looking at the zone as well, looks like we might be getting something in between Quarry and Pochinki. Looking at things, might even swing by the ferry. Can never say. Can also go upwards, so you can't say until the zone does start closing up. But I'm pretty sure these teams already have a really good idea of where this zone is going to be placed. But with that, today I believe it's going to be A versus D, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of the matches. So once again, obviously we'll be keeping our eyes on Pochinki to see whether the rivalry will continue. I do believe SDZ is on top by 1 at the moment. I think it's 3-2, the overall score for them. We should have a little tracker for that also. But anyway, that the rest of the teams already you can see them just landing around, and they'll be taking their time looting up, and obviously probably won't see a decent amount of early game engagements, but it has been tended to be proven wrong since the day before yesterday's games. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams make their decisions and how they're going to play. But with that, STZ not going to Pochinki. As you can see, they just landed outside. I saw Mifzal had grabbed a vehicle and they started rotating. So already very interesting change in terms of the gameplay. What do you think about this, Monkey?
STZ having short of 1 player, I think they've decided no, and Snipey gets knocked out by Illusion with a vehicle. So that's going to make him fall short, and he's going to get killed and sent back to the lobby right away. And right now, I think SDZ with just 2 players, that's going to be Zute and Mifzal, the only 2 players who's going to be over here. Let's see what sort of game can they bring to. I think their 4th man couldn't join the lobby in time, and that's going to be a real disappointment for them. And with that, Snipey also getting taken down as the first player to go back to the lobby. I mean, that's not what we expect from the 1 versus 4 guy. But let's see how it's going to go in terms of the match. I think Erangel is going to be pretty exciting, as these teams, most of these teams, I think they need to push through to that top 16. They're still sitting down in that bottom 16. So I think most of these teams need that chicken dinner badly. I think SDZ especially need that chicken dinner badly. But can 2 man do the job?
I mean, we've seen teams kind of convert towards the end game if they get really good positioning. I mean, the best example would be when ISL won the initial chicken at Erangel, where it was only Mamata and I believe it was Jimmy. Those two managed to run over one team and then just hold that location to convert it into a win. So I'm pretty sure, obviously, these two players at their skill level can pretty much do the same. But obviously, it comes down to how well you execute and rotate and balance everything out. I mean, it's a balance of kills and placements, and that's where you can see why OPEX has been dominating the leaderboard for such a long time. Even after finishing their game so early, they haven't been contested in terms of anything. Actually, to be honest, like looking at the scoreboard, even most of these teams are quite far away from even reaching OPEX's position, and mainly just because of how aggressive they are and how smart they play when they get into game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to finish off their performance and with another team. Obviously, they do have a very, very good chance in these next few days to make a comeback, make a change. I mean, anything is possible. I mean, right now, as far as I remembered from looking at the leaderboards, only 7 teams have gotten 7 or 8 teams have gotten chicken dinners, and 2 teams have gotten a double chicken dinner. So due to that reason, obviously, there's still a lot of teams that haven't got their chance. So we might still see the trend of teams that haven't won chicken dinners, winning these games as well. I mean, each time we've seen a match or a day or a group, anything, every time it changes, we've seen different teams performing really well. I mean, a perfect example was on day one. We saw AKATSUKI just outperforming everyone, and when he came back to day before yesterday, they weren't on top of their game. So they were having a hard time even settling in on the top 4, top 5 positions during the end game. So it's going to be interesting to see who manages to take the lead here and who performs outright really well in these coming matches. But anyway, with that, one team that has been struggling quite a bit actually even throughout this tournament has been the NRC team, but they tend to definitely pull it back a lot more during the crunch situation. So let's see whether today is going to be their day or whether they are going to have another tough day in this tournament. I mean, so far I don't think they've been able to execute. I mean, there's been a few moments where they've gotten close, but other than that, they haven't really posted a big performance. I mean, being one of those teams that a lot of teams will be keeping an eye on. But anyway, with that, we'll be moving into the TRQ team. So as of right now, they're just getting their vehicles, starting to rotate, looking for any pickoffs that they might get. I think this wasn't the team that ran over Snipey as far as I can remember. If they did, then they obviously have 1 kill at the moment. But anyway, with that, Kale, Zan and Insanity along with Mimra are going to start rotating around, as you can see, using these jeeps. Actually very good, probably some of the best vehicles you can possibly get in Erangel, just because of how tanky the vehicle itself is and how much cover it also provides, especially if you get the one with the roof. So a lot more protection, it's a lot more difficult to actually get those spray downs and knockdowns. So with that, I mean, for now, as you can see, teams are just focusing on getting those placement points, trying to play safe. I mean, the days of being a little bit aggressive has definitely passed them, because they know, like Monkey mentioned, it is their final few chances. Some of these teams will only have 2 opportunities, some of these teams might have more, but anyway, it depends on how they play today. And I think that's why most of these teams, it feels like to me that they are feeling a little bit of the pressure just to be able to qualify. But anyway, with that, we'll be taking a look at Xtreme Club. They were able to do quite decently in their day 2 matches. So let's see if they are going to be able to pull off anything in this game as well. I believe they did manage to win 1 chicken dinner in Erangel on day 2, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see whether they can do the same today, or whether they'll also fall short here. So with that, I think they're taking a look at the KINGxRANGERS team. I think they spotted out Illusion, and Illusion was the player who actually ran over Snipey. Now that we mentioned his name, I think Monkey also mentioned that as well. So, but one good thing for sure is, for the slower the action is, a lot more relaxed we can get for the start of the game, but the much more intense we have to get during the end. So that's going to be something to keep spot out for sure. And with that, Tadashi definitely sees Illusion rotating to the right. Right now, I think they're just trying to get a head count of how many players are in the general area, and with that, they should be noting that there are 2 vehicles, but obviously at this range it's very difficult to say whether there is 4 players or only 2. Maybe for the buggy, of course, they probably were able to scout out the fact that there was only 1 player, but for the vehicle a little bit more difficult, and you don't want to make those risky aggressive moves without knowing exactly where your teams are, because those kind of mistakes are what really cost you when you want to get aggressive. So with that, Tadashi grabbing onto the bike, it seems like they're slowly stalking their prey, like you're in the like a tiger hunts deer in the jungle, just making sure that, there's no other threats around, no one contesting for his food, and just slowly mirroring their movements just so that they can corner them at some given certain point. But anyway, with that, we'll be moving on to RGC AKATSUKI. So they're still holding that number 4 spot overall. So they're in a good spot, and even with the day before's performance, they're still in the top 4 in terms of positioning. So I'm hoping that we will see something much more coming out from them in today's game. So in day number 5, and I think they were struggling in the previous day, but today I think they might be a bit more relaxed. They had a day to kind of have a breather. But knowing these teams, they probably scrimmed all day long. But anyway, with that, I think we might see our first engagement here. It looks like Equinox was facing up against team number 15 here at the moment, but with that, they have managed to kill off one player. So it's Equinox going up against the Blade team. So in the Blade team, not really performing in terms of how they wanted. They've done decently well, but nothing too great overall. But anyway, with that, they are going to start rotating. They might actually run into a few of the players here from the Equinox side, so they need to be a little bit careful, and it's going to be up to Whiskey to make sure that they are able to defend themselves, because he is going to be the one in the passenger seat. So he'll be the one that can literally give them the cover fire if they do need it. And with that, I believe Toxic just driving into a tree there a little bit. But anyway, oh, Mifzal actually goes down here. Looks like he goes down to play Toxic actually. They do get a trade though. It's going to be Gucci that goes down. I'm not 100% sure whether he got the confirmed kill. He did not. So Mifzal falling a little bit short there, getting taken out by UMP as well. So just goes to show you that these players even understand, the range that they can work at with certain SMGs, because the UMP has this really weird bullet drop as well at certain ranges. So you have to aim a little bit higher. So with that, team number 12, oh, they're actually driving up onto the SDZ team here and immediately turns around and tries to reposition themselves. But they might run into team number 17. They are the TM7 team. So with that, SDZ is like, no way, we are out of here. And they're just going to drive their way out of that sticky situation. It could have turned into a complete disaster for them. I think this team's being very, very cautious, as you can see. Only ran into 2 players there, but they decided just to back away because they didn't want to take the risk. And with that, oh, there is a beautiful showcase of the McLaren once again. So if someone wants to destroy it, if they want to. But anyway, with that, let's see how Mifzal is going to be playing from here on. And with that, we do see team number 16, the Blade team. Once again, Toxic might need to work on his... whoa, okay. I take that back. He doesn't need to work on his driving skills. Who can pull that off? Tell me. Who can pull that off in a tournament game? Okay, he actually gets the buggy fall. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, but I don't think he'll be able to reverse it though. Can he? Ah, yes, they are. Oh, okay. And surprisingly, Whiskey gives the driver's seat back to Toxic. So that was not something that I was expecting, but definitely a little bit of a entertaining showcase coming out from Toxic and Whiskey there. And right now they're just outside the squad house here towards the hill or the church near Pochinki, and they're just going to hold down this area for the moment. So this is where we did see that 1 versus 4 magic. So far it seems to be a good location for some of these teams. So let's see whether it's going to work out for the Blade team as well. But as you can see, still, I think only 4 teams have lost 1 player each. But I think it's just SCC without 2 players. But as I say that, Devil gets a nice headshot onto Intensity. So there is a little bit of a long range engagement going on somewhere in the map. But with that, we do see the Soldier team also now just rotating in from Hospital as well. So the rest of the teams are now trying to find their location, settling into the zone. As you can see, it's still a massive zone. So, even finding like knocks like this is actually quite interesting. And with that, the Destiny's team right now looking to pressure, but with that, it's going to be Hetil, I think, who is going to go and grab the revive, and Devil is going to take a little bit of damage coming out from Madh here. So Madh once again has a really tight angle there, but Devil does have the Car 98. Depending on the helmet, obviously, you have to be quite careful. You don't want to get those one-shot headshots and then obviously lose your helmet as well. But with that, the NRC team currently looking to kill off the SCC team here, and it's only going to be Mifzal, as you can see, and they're going to rush him down. They're going for the 1v1. Amar gets taken out so quickly, and so does Susi. But in the end, Mifzal, I think, gets eliminated because Hazan does manage to flank him from the right. But Mifzal showing us that, he's not going to go down with the fight, almost taking out both those players. Does manage to get 2 knocks, but that is going to be it, and that's going to be STC being your first team getting eliminated with that numbers disadvantage. Obviously, losing Snipey so early also was a huge downside to them. But in the end, the duo is going to go down. And with that, the NRC team finally connecting and getting a few points onto the board very, very early into the game. And once again, we do see the Team Destiny team looking to pressure the Akatsuki team, who are currently overall in the 4th place position. So far things are slowly seeming to heat up here, and with that the TD team can play very, very slowly, and they know that the Akatsuki team can probably, if they want to, they'll rotate this way, but they can go all the way around without taking too much in terms of damage. But Devil taking a lot of poke here. He does have bandages. He only has one more painkiller remaining, so he needs to be very, very careful. He might need to get a little bit of a loan from his teammates, while everyone else just kind of covers different areas, making sure they cover all their angles and try to be as safe as possible. But as of right now, looking at things, it's super slow. So do you have any predictions to make entering the late game, Monkey?
I think right now, looking at the map, still 15 teams still surviving through, and I think Mount Olympus having Pochinki. They still have Pochinki under control. So with the zone, we can see, I think, pretty much fear no one. That's going to be CNE, and Mount Olympus has a good chance of getting the chicken dinner. But looking at TM7 right now, I think they'll be going into some action with Infinity Club. Let's see how that goes, as Eddie gets the first knock, and Eddie gets knocked off and gets finished off just like that. So it's going to be TM7 taking on Infinity Club. Let's see how it's going to go. TM7 being the table second team, now goes with a nice Tommy shot on towards Iran and gets that knock confirmed. And now we'll be seeing INC Johnny going to be the last remaining player. Is that going to be the last remaining player? And I think Johnny's going to get spotted out. And here goes the spray with the Tommy, but no, doesn't connect. Johnny with a beautiful reflex gets the M416 onto him. The finish might be coming in, but Office goes in. Office damages Johnny, gets Johnny with that UMP 45 and goes for the finish. I think he shouldn't be going for the finish, but I think he'll be going in. Let's see how it goes for him. Johnny goes down. Iran gets finished off by Renau, and that's going to be only Eddie falling short, but still T-Rex is there from the far end. T-Rex gets Renau, and now Office gets the revive onto Hightes being the kill leader. He goes down, but let's see if T-Rex can get that nade onto his Hightes. I think it's a good nade. Yep, the nade connects, and that's going to be again Hightes going down for the nade of T-Rex. But I think NRC is doing some serious trouble right now for the team of Infinity Club. NRC also needing those points, needing those kill points, needing that chicken dinner. Still not having the chicken dinner. Amari goes down onto a Blade. Toxic. Nice praise coming in from Blade. What do you think, Daga?
Yeah, definitely. So far, we've been having some very, very intense third parties, as you can see. But with that, the TM7 team might be able to pick up their pieces as of right now. And obviously, T-Rex not in the best position. He was in a decent position to kind of clear out the side of TM7. But obviously, with the pressure coming in from the side of NRC, it makes it a little bit difficult. But we do see a few kills and few knocks coming on in that general area anyway. But with that, towards Pochinki, we do have the TD team running into the Mount Olympus team, and they managed to bring down Zagerts as of right now. And with that, Aksam actually taking some damage from that nade, needs to repair himself at the moment. And Choco, as well as the rest of Team Destiny, looking to get aggressive. So Mount Olympus right now, without their rivals in Pochinki, were chilling, and I don't think they were expecting a team to actually try and come and contest, but right now they are. So Zagerts is getting picked up at the moment, and with that, Cemento is going to be moving around trying to get a different angle so he can assist his team, as you can see, or maybe they might even decide to just back off completely. I mean, it's not 100% sure, but with that, the TD team, they want to get aggressive, as you can see, and they're going to start moving forward. They have to get into the zone as well, so I think that's what they're trying to fall back to and maybe play from there. Keep the side of TD, and with that, the MaFiA gang does go down, so they're eliminated as well. They only managed to get 1 point overall, and now suspecting that there might be teams here in the church, just checking is going to be Simanto. But with that, I think it's going to be team number 13 on the left, so they need to be careful. They might get sandwiched here, but team number 13 is actually quite far away. They're at the squad houses all the way outside, so they'll be looking to third party for sure. But with that, now grabbing the car right here, he's going to have to drive it all the way into cover. Should be able to easily do it. The TD team slowly following suit, as you can see. They've gotten on their vehicles. They're trying to get a different angle. But with that, you can see Mount Olympus, they know that they want to get into a superior position. So due to that reason, they're going to be trying to take the church area. I'm pretty sure they've already scouted it out, but they might get pressured a little bit by the KINGxRANGERS team, as you can see. But with that, team number 17 actually getting down, and I believe they might have heard it. So Bedo is going going to be looking the wrong way at the moment. So if they do catch him out, they might be able to knock him jumping out into the open, as you can see. And with that, Aksam taking some shots onto TM7, who have managed to save two of their players. So Hightes and Orpheus both being saved there. So at the moment, they're just getting pressured a little bit, but they might be able to do some damage as well. And with that, we do see one of the players from team number 22 getting taken out by Num Juice, who have slowly started to ramp up the action and ramp up their gameplay in the coming days. Obviously, they've been doing much better from day one, and they're going to just keep continuously improving as far as I can see. But with that, they are able to get one player off of TRQ. Monade's coming in, getting to the buggy, getting off the buggy, hiding behind the buggy, crouching behind the buggy, doing everything behind the buggy. But anyway, with that, how is the TRQ team going to respond? But with that, they do have KINGxRANGERS also quite close by. Even team number 11 is quite close, so they need to be a little bit careful with how they play this, and especially teams looking to third party at this point. They want those free kills, so anything goes. And with that, we can take a look at Kale here alongside Insanity right now, stuck in a very, very difficult place. Does have the buggy for some cover, hasn't decided to take it down yet. As you can see, still has the tires, is using it for cover because he doesn't need to really lower the vehicle because he's not getting shot from under it. But with that, you can see team number 13 getting pressured from different sides, so they're having a little bit of issues here and there as well. And now Mount Olympus turning their attention towards that side as well. So all these teams have a very, very high chance of getting third party. Akatsuki also just on the low ground there, holding those compartments. And with that, Pablo AWM headshot right there, managing to knock another player somewhere. So with that, team number 13 also just taking a look. So you can see Aksam being very, very careful with where he places himself, knowing that there are teams to the left, teams behind them, teams to the right, and teams there. Right now, they are surrounded by different teams. Luckily, they are not the focus of the situation, so that is definitely going to pay off for them. And with that, Cemento shooting up into the air is because the spec might have been having a little bit of issue there. But anyway, Batman right now smoking. Usually we do see Batman coming out in the night, but this time he has decided to show himself during the daytime. So it seems like they did really need him. With that, the Soldier team right now, it seems like they're struggling. Leo going down, and we can see another player taking a lot of damage. So it's going to be the Akatsuki team actually just pressuring them. And now moving forward is going to be Mad. He needs to prone to cover his entire body there. This tree being super thin. So once again, looking for an opportunity, looking for where these team number 24 players might be, but the smokes are down, the line of sight has disappeared. So with that, once again, Akatsuki finding those opportunities, but losing the chances that they get to get those confirmed kills, as you can see. So more nades coming out here. I think the initial one was a smoke for sure, just to be, oh, it was actually a nade. So I'm not sure whether he threw it there thinking that there might be a player hiding behind the tree, but overall, the nades are coming in, nothing really connecting as of right now. The bouncers are actually not going in favor of Mad, but Mad, he's going to continue to rain down some nades on this parade. And with that, you do see Blade Toxic getting run over by Tadashi, and Bedo taking down Soldier Moha, as you can see. So Mount Olympus also pressuring them, and once again Crypto gets taken down by Madhya. So the Soldier team right now getting damage from everywhere, and you can see now team number 11 also getting run down by team number 17 on the other side. So it's going to be the Team Destiny side team, so they are looking to third party here and getting on some action. They actually needed to just get into the zone, and now the Akatsuki members stuck in the zone with no way to get in. And with that, once again, we're going to be taking a look at Yaka. Yaka is just going to spray down here. Not sure whether he's able to convert anything into points as of right now, but with that, the Mount Olympus team also losing Bedu at the moment, and with that, the rest of three are in the zone, so that is definitely going to be a positive win for them. So let's see how they play the rest of this end game. But with that, he does die out slowly, as you can see, you know, just slowly, like in those movies, help me, but in the end no one's going to help you. So due to that reason, he's going to have to go back and chill in the lobby until the rest of his team is done with the game. So with that, we do see a beautiful net connecting onto the side of Team Destiny. So Choco and Yaka both going down, and once again it's only going to be Devil left alive for Team Destiny. So will that destiny be to win this game, or actually go back to the lobby and try again next time? So once again we can see Akatsuki getting eliminated, stuck in the zone, no chance right there. So it was the 5th zone that closed, so it's a lot of damage coming in, doesn't have the heals to out heal the zone. And with that, the NRC team with all 4 of their players coming into the late game. But right now it looks like Xtreme Club holding down the best position so far. They have smoked it up, but it is still quite open, and the low ground is giving the NRC side some decent cover. So is he going to try for a buggy bed, rotate from here, or how is he going to play? This is the question. And with that, coming back to TM7, so Hightes and Orpheus with the 2 kills at the moment, losing 2 of their players as well. It's a duo once again, so let's see if they can convert any sort of points in this end game. There is still 27 players, 26 players alive. So as we mentioned, it's going to keep reducing and reducing. So 2 players already getting eliminated, and with that we see team number 19 also losing one of their players. Guardian gets sprayed down by Horse here. The CNE team pulling up finally, and with that they have 4 kills to their name, but immediately Horse gets taken down. The squad goes down, so they are going to get eliminated with only 4 points. And with that, one of the players from TM7, as you can see, going for that heal battle, and he's just going to heal his way away, obviously. And with that, Hellcat now pressuring the NRC team. The NRC team gets taken out almost completely, and with that, Xtreme Club with 6 kills at the moment, and all 4 of their players still in contention for the next zone. So let's see whether they're able to close out this game and make it huge or not. And with that, Olympus, Mount Olympus, only Xager's left alive as far as I can see. The FN1 team also getting eliminated somewhere else. So team number 19 right now surviving by the skin of their teeth, getting picked up one by one. So now they need to crawl their way into the zone. So with that, team number 13, KINGxRANGERS, they've been quiet throughout, but right now they are holding the zone. And I think the last play from the TM7 also should be going down very, very soon once he runs out of medkits. So let's see how far he can keep that heal battle going just to be able to secure a position for his team. But actually he's in the zone, so obviously he's actually in the zone. So how is he going to make sure he crawls his way there? And Tadashi now taking down another player from the last player from Mount Olympus. So Xager's trying to hold the cover, but in the end Tadashi will be taking away his positioning. And right now the Xtreme Club with 7 kills, but the zone is going to be closing. And with that, looks like team number 13, KINGxRANGERS, are in the spot for the chicken dinner right here, and definitely with a lot of cover to work with, as you can see. So Tadashi going down with the smokes here. Team number 19 also having to make their way forward. Tadashi throwing a warning nade, as you can see. The rest of the team also, just like Mission Impossible, crawling their way into the zone. And now Hellcat getting up, and he needs to try and run his way into the zone. Cruz also trying to come, reloading the gun while he's at it. And with that, Tharu might have been able to spot out King, but King able to rotate to the left right there. So the wall of smoke holding the line of sight that was going to be going the way of KINGxRANGERS, but with that they do manage to bring one down. It's going to be Cruz due to the nades. So once again, Illusion, well, taking a look at his perspective, as you can see, has this really nice heal to work with, especially when you're prone, but he's going to make the safe play and go behind cover. So with that, the last 3 teams, once again, it's going to be team number 19, team number 25, and team number 13 fighting for this chicken dinner. And the moment this smoke wears off for the side of Xtreme Club, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So once again, the pre-fire coming in from Gucci, just spraying through the smoke, getting one knock right there. I think he spotted out Hellcat. He may have, and yes, he does. And Hellcat actually goes down. So once again, it looks like Gucci is doing work. He's going to secure the kill as well. So team number 19 with their final play on the high ground, but Gucci gets taken down, just over peaking right there, get taken out by Tharu. So they might actually try to pick him up, and with that they are getting pelleted with all the bullets in the world. And with that, Tadashi actually manages to get an M249, actually doesn't pick it up though. He goes for the Tommy, he's going for the rush. Are they going to be able to convert? He immediately gets taken down, but there you have it. KINGxRANGERS are finally going to secure their first chicken here in the first match of day number 5. So really great game coming out from them. The zone just pulling their way, and with that definitely executing and getting that chicken dinner with, I believe, around 11 kills if I am not mistaken, maybe a little less, but either way, a chicken dinner is a chicken dinner. So congratulations to team KINGxRANGERS.
What a game, and KINGxRANGERS finally getting their chicken dinner. So much expected by them to come forth somehow. So let's see how they're doing in the upcoming matches. I mean, that was one hell of a game by them from out of the circle. Some of the coming into that last circle, that was a really unexpected circle. There was a road also in between the zone where you can't do anything there. You can't even stake there. You can't even do any sort of thing there. So I think Xtreme Club would have had the chicken if the zone went towards their side of the road, but sadly it was on the side of KINGxRANGERS. So they played it so easily, and they got the chicken dinner with a decent amount of kills. I think 10 plus kills was there. So let's see how they are pushing in towards the table. But 3 more matches to go for the night. So we'll be back with the Sanhok match. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
So welcome back everyone, welcome to South Asia Wildcard Pro League. So we have the match underway. Seems like Hamis had to go to a small washroom break and he's finally yes. So let's get into the match, and as we can see, we have the teams dropping in. We had a really amazing match, the Erangel match. We are KINGxRANGERS, an unexpected team definitely. Who we saw was having a bad performance in the first week, and now we are here with the second week. They are starting off with the chicken dinner. That's going to be a really good motivation for them right now, a good momentum coming in from them. Let's see how far can they go, but as expected, the top teams, that's going to be TM7, AKATSUKI, still not up to the standard, like they are still faltering. Maybe they'll be getting a chicken dinner by the end of the day. Let's see how it goes. NRC also, high expectations for NRC, as they are not in the top 16. They are also still not with a chicken dinner. So let's see how this match goes. Maybe SDZ might even get a chicken dinner, who knows. So what do you think, Daga?
Yeah, I mean, we are still waiting to see quite a number of teams get their inaugural chicken dinner. So, but right now, I think for right now, KINGxRANGERS actually doing quite well in that Erangel map, and they were able to secure themselves quite a solid performance actually. So let's see whether that momentum will help them keep it up during the next few matches. Obviously, after this game, also we have another 2 more, and we have another Erangel match coming up as well. So, but I think a lot of people will definitely be looking out for the next Miramar game as well for certain reasons. But anyway, with that, we'll be taking a look at the Sanhok game. Obviously, once again, just reminding everyone, I think they already know though that it's the smallest map, so we tend to see a lot more action a lot more earlier. And looking at things right now, KINGxRANGERS quite spread out in a very interesting way, to be honest, just outside of bootcamp on the high ground, a little bit inside Painan as well. SDZ also playing quite passively today, obviously missing one of their players. NRC team playing their usual rotations, and we've seen them suffer quite a bit with this. Usually when they do get a vehicle and they start rotating around, they get picked off because their players have kind of separated from each other. But the TRQ team also taking very interesting locations. The INC team is going to be securing Harting at the moment. But with that, we'll be taking a look at TM7, a team with double chicken, so definitely going to be keeping an eye out for them, especially after Eddie made Monkey eat his words. But now Mars, some crazy strafe battles going on here, and both of them just taking their anger out on this pillar, like, oh, why is this pillar in the way, just shooting all their bullets. And in the end, now it's up to Heril here to try and turn things around. But we see Intensity and Mars both going down, and with that, Heril actually spots the last player here, I think in team number 17, but gets taken by surprise, and now only Mernu is going to be able to enter the fray. And with that, Rexter does have a pretty good angle on him. He's going to decide to go on a different angle, it looks like, and maybe they might actually fight this 1v1 here. And Mernu loses the chance here, expecting him to push in. He needs to reload the UMP, he only has about 18 bullets, going face to face right there. And Mernu, oh, he's able to sway his way into that victory right there. So the 1v1 in the end is going to be clutched by Mernu, saving his team, saving 2 more players. But in the end, it was a very good try coming out from Team Destiny. But they are going to be your first team to get eliminated. They do manage to secure at least 1 point before they go down, but definitely very quick, very intense, and very, very messy from both teams there. But definitely a good hold coming in from the side of TD, but in the end was not able to win that 1v1. But whatever said or done, a lot of these teams using a lot more movement today for some reason. Usually we see very clean gunfights, but this time they tend to get very up close and very personal. And with that, obviously you can see from the way that they're moving, they're aiming for the head, obviously, and going for the head is always going to be the best option in most situations, just because you're able to bring players down that much faster. But with that, we'll be taking a look at Mount Olympus at bootcamp. Simanto seems to be listening to some sort of music, I believe. I mean, looking at the way that he's, showing off his moves and doing those, really, really cool flips and flicks. So with that, he seems to be definitely enjoying himself with the rest of his team. So they seem to be doing a lot better today. So let's see how they can convert into points when coming into today's last few games. So definitely a lot of eyes on them. And with that, the day number 1 was huge for them. They played really well during day number 1. But day before yesterday, they were struggling quite a bit. But today, I think they seem to be in much better spirits. So let's see how they perform overall in today's Sanhok game for sure, and the rest of the games as well. But for right now, you can see them just chilling. They've gotten quite geared up, as you can see. They've gotten all the loot that they wanted, obviously having bootcamp all to themselves. And Simanto once again with the movement, movement showing off his beautiful gyro spinning skills. So at the moment, I'm just peeking out and just checking if there's anyone else, just because he doesn't want to get shot while he is dancing around. But anyway, they're definitely enjoying themselves, waiting for the first team to encounter, making sure he's all warmed up and ready to take on the challenges to come. But with that, we are going to be taking a look at the next team. It's going to be SDZ, and seems like they have managed to get their fourth player. At least they are. I'm pretty sure they have more than 4 players, so I mean someone must be filling in for Torta as of today. But anyway, Zute, Snipey, Mifzal and Crypto are going to be the players for the side of SDZ. So let's see how they perform now that they have all 4 of their players. They did manage to get a decent, okay, you can't really say decent placement for Erangel. They kind of got run down by NRC, but they're hoping to do a lot better during the Sanhok game and maybe, like Monkey mentioned, get their first chicken dinner. But with that, TM7 now making their way towards boot camp at the moment. So with that, they need to be very, very careful just rotating in. And obviously, if they are out in the open, there is no way that Mount Olympus is going to give them any chance to breathe and, cross into boot camp. So right now what they need to do is try to scout and maybe not get picked off, obviously, and just scout and just look around and see whether they can spot anyone in. And if they know that there is a team in boot camp, then they know 100% that they don't really need to move into it. But anyway, with that, once again, we'll be taking a look at Mifzal right now on SDZ. So you can see the SDZ team also now rotating towards boot camp. So we might see the rivalry matches happening, but there is a team ready to third party as well. So they need to be a little bit careful. So Mifzal once again with the QPZ today. So looks like he will be, he has a shot on Zakats actually, but doesn't look like he's going to take it. He spots him out, marks it for his teammates, and with that, he's going to be playing very, very carefully, because Bedu, if he's looking in this general direction, he might be able to surprise Mifzal here. But at the moment, I think he's just waiting for someone else to maybe shoot together with. Not really 100% sure with exactly what their thought process might be at this moment. But looking at the minimap, of course, with that team number 15, the Equinox team going up against Infinity Club. So Infinity Club having some really good survivors on their team. So with that, we saw last time the Equinox team was able to plus things out with the help of Nabi, but this time it's only going to be Maun and Nabi left alive. So already you can see 2 of their players going down, getting cleared out, and they don't want to take this fight. They are going to start rotating, but Maun seems to be having a few doubts here and there. He seems to be spinning around out in the open, and the more time they waste running out in this open area, the more problems it's going to be for them. But with that, I believe Trex has taken the high ground, so hopefully he'll be able to jump someone here and get a free knock. But you can see Joni as well as Iran moving on from the left side, so they might get spotted out. T-Rex does have the high ground though, so Infinity Club right now in a decent spot to try and look for the rest of these kills. But Mount needs to be very careful and very silent. Obviously, he doesn't want to give away his positioning. So with that, he does get shot in the back. Oh, this might be terrible for the side of Equinox, as you can see. And they really, at the moment, they haven't even spotted him out. So he's actually safe for the moment. So no one looking in his direction. I think they spotted Nabi, and he's the one they're focusing on right now. But with that, the Equinox team, Mount actually having a lot of luck here, so they haven't even spotted him out at the moment. But with that, if he does go behind the rock, he's obviously going to get shot. And with that, Joni missing quite a few of his shots here, and Nabi right now getting third party from a different side, falling into 1 HP. But actually, it was Resha who had gotten a much tighter angle on him, and he's going to get taken out. So there should be one more player around. They should 100% know exactly around where he might be. So Mount is also somewhere in the area, and Iran is just taking a look. So he might move to the box and actually be able to spot Mount out, and we might see Equinox getting eliminated very early. But now Iran in the open at the moment, so he might get shot, he might get taken down, not really sure, but he's going to loot what he can. And right now you can see Mount just sitting there quietly without making a sound whatsoever, and Iran running out in the open. He's going to be visible. Is he going to get taken down though? He actually gets into cover but gets taken down right after that. And with that, they should know that there's one more player from Equinox left in the area, but luckily Iran was able to get into cover, and that is going to save his life in the meantime. And now Mount getting third party from behind, and with that, there is no chance for him to get any sort of cover, and in the end he does go down. So at least if he had gone down with that one kill, it would have been something, but in the end they are going to get eliminated. So that's going to be your second team that goes down. And with that, MES Equinox having to chill in the lobby, and with that, Resha getting third party once again. It's going to be team number 22 that is pressuring them, the TRQ team. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get the kills, but they are definitely applying a lot of pressure and probably can get into contention for that most damage done. But anyway, it's going to be Levan here that we're taking a look at. But with that, the Akatsuki team, they have lost one of their players. It's going to be Heril. I think we saw in the initial engagements near Ruins, and now they're up against team number 14. It's the MaFiA team. MaFiA team did manage to do decently well during that initial first day, but after that, they've gone quite silent. And with that, the Akatsuki team now, what are they going to do? So Ashfaq looking in from the high ground, intensity in a little bit of a tough spot right here. So if he has to rotate, he has to rotate out quite out in the open. So if anyone's looking up from that hill, he might be easy pickings for them. But with that intensity, just going to play the cover, maybe wait for his team to be able to assist him a little bit. But for the moment, you can see Maad moving up, Mernu also moving up, and they seem to be looking like they want to try and take this engagement. But with that, team number 14, the MaFiA team, have managed to recover their knocked player, and with that, they're going to recover. So they're going to get that numbers advantage once again. But the AKT team making a very good call here to back off, reposition, and get a much better advantage in terms of how they fight here. And fighting from low ground to high ground is never the best position to be in, but with that, making definitely the right call in this moment. But with that, we're going to be moving on to the SDZ team. They were near boot camp the last time we saw them, so not 100% sure where they are right now. But anyway, with that, you can see them rotating together. They have all 4 of their players still left alive. So 14 teams left, 55 players, and a lot of opportunity definitely still going the way of this team. So right now, I think one of the teams, one of the many teams that haven't got a chicken dinner yet, but definitely a team that a lot of people would have expected to have at least 2 chickens by now under their belt. So they are definitely struggling in this tournament right now, but they definitely need to pick up the pieces and try to work things out for these games, because like Adil did mention once again, this is going to be the last few chances that they do get to get into that top 16 to qualify for the grand finals. So let's see if they're able to do it, or whether they're going to have to say adios amigos in the end. But anyway, with that, Snipey, the man that everyone was keeping an eye on, and with that, we do see Blade top 6 right now pressuring the Soldier team, getting a knock right there. And with that, will they be able to convert is the question. So Blade Boyka as well as Blade Bok, I believe, is going to be taking a look once again. So they're looking to confirm the kill. They do. So with that, they might actually rush the Soldier team at the moment. So there's 2 players inside the house right now. But as you can see, Blade Whiskey is actually, Blade Fang also going in quite aggressively on his own, and he just managed to get 1 knock here, and now they should be able to secure this last kill as well. But will he be able to? Yes, Toxic coming in with the support right there, and the Blade team is going to be eliminated, and the Soldiers team is going to be eliminated, and the Blade team is going to come out on top with 4 very, very easy kills. But with that, the SDZ team finally running into Team TM7. So Eddie's team once again, so let's see if they can pull off another chicken dinner here and be the first team to get 3 chicken dinners, or whether STC is going to find their momentum in this fight. So Mifzal has been performing quite well in terms of solo performances, but let's see whether he can really pick up the pace and put his team on his shoulders and basically get them to that coveted chicken dinner. But anyway, for right now, they're just going to be playing it very, very slow. You can see these teams are just taking a lot of their time. They're not trying to make any sort of rash decisions. They're trying to play it very safe. They're trying to play it very carefully, and that's something that they definitely need to be aware of, a lot of teams. But we do see certain teams, when they do get the opportunity, they're not going to let it slip. They're going to run at you, and that's exactly what we saw from the Blade team. But anyway, now the second zone just about to close in a few seconds, and then we will see exactly where the next one is going to close. So SDZ TM7, Mount Olympus, as well as KINGxRANGERS still holding very, very strong positions. So with that, the CNA team also right now at Paradise, and with that, Num Num Juice is going to be heading in. So quite a few easy rotations coming in, but the NRC team has a very good chance to take out the Akatsuki team right now if they do decide to rotate in the water. So all they need to do is just not make too much noise, and even the NRC team, they might want to be looking to maybe rotate towards the warehouses if possible, because if they get stuck here, it's going to be very difficult for them to make the rotation in. But with that, they'll be clearing this coastline and making sure that they don't run into anyone else. But they're not currently, you can see they're not scoping in, they're not looking. So maybe Akatsuki might be able to get in for free. But with that, Hassan right now taking the driver's seat, going to be driving the vehicle in, but handing over the driver's seat, it looks like maybe. Oh no, they actually spot out the Akatsuki team, and you can see Maad just firing away, and Maad almost getting taken out there by I believe it was Hazan or Pablo, if I'm not mistaken. it was Amare, sorry, so getting corrected here. It was Amare who was taking those shots once again. So that's why we have switched to his perspective, and he was the one who was pressuring Mad here with that M16A4 having the 3-scope as well. A beautiful weapon to have in that mid-range, long-range engagements, especially when you're using it as a tap-fire weapon, but obviously not the gun you won't be holding in those close-range battles just because it's a burst weapon. But anyway, with that, the INC team also slowly rotating their way towards the Akatsuki team. So the Akatsuki team has a very, very high chance of getting sandwiched here, but I believe one of the players from Akatsuki has managed to get in the water and start making his advancement towards the side of NRC. So they might be they might get surprise attacked here. Not 100% sure. It's actually Murnu as well as Intensity. So Intensity has already made his way. So he's just going to be entering just outside of Painan on the left near the bridge. So he's going to be able to swim all his way. So really good move from him here to get the rotation going. So Mad also now making his way towards the rest of his team. So very be careful. They're giving away their location. The zone's also closing in. It's not too difficult to deal with this zone, but as you can see, Manu does not have medkits, so he might struggle. And with that, now we're going to be taking a look at Mount Olympus and Aksum. So they haven't moved here from here. They've actually taken the warehouse, which is a very, very smart move. But right now he's quite isolated. It's a 3-1 split, as you can see, coming in from Mount Olympus. But they are definitely having their eyes on the side of NRC. So NRC right now in a very, very difficult spot because they can't rotate to towards the warehouses, and they can't rotate back towards Painan as well, because you know that if they do that, there's a very high chance that they basically have to run out in the open. It's either that or they get in the water and start swimming that way. But then they'll be mirroring Akatsuki's movement, and then Akatsuki will have that upper hand that we saw NRC have when they were across on the other side. So how is NRC going to play this is the question. The zone is coming in. Just a few more seconds for them to make a decision, and with that, two of them are going to be getting into the vehicle. It's going to be Hazan as well as Pablo, who are going to try to risk it for the biscuit and drive in. So with that, Zagats as well as I believe it's Simante actually going to try start pressuring, and Susti actually goes down. Amare also taking quite a bit of damage. They need to clear out these players as soon as possible. So Hazan does manage to get in, but he's not inside the zone. So with that, Mount Olympus playing this very well at the moment. So not giving NRC any way to kind of work through the situation that they're in, because right now they want Hazan and Pablo to at least get 1 or 2 knocks here to get them to rotate in for free. But that's actually very much easier said than done. So how is Hazan going to play this? We do see a molly, I think, of molly or a nade is going on to the high ground there, coming in from Zagats, and with that, Amare goes down once again. He's going to get killed off by Simanto, it looks like. So with that, Susti stuck in the zone once again, and not the position he wants to be in. But NRC going to be having to give up 2 of their players in this situation, and now they are going to have to probably end up with just the 2 players, Pablo as well as Hazan. But Susti making a run for it. He might be able to make it, but as I said, Simanto takes him down, secures the kill. Is going to be Zagats maybe, but yeah, he's actually confirming that kill as well. But now you can see the Akatsuki team also running into boot camp, so we are going to keep seeing more action here. So usually we see the early game boot camp action, and Zagats actually gets taken down here. Murnu with that knock, and they're going to get a free kill right here. So Mount Olympus, their positioning just crumbling a little bit. Not sure whether they expected the side of Akatsuki to be that close that fast, and Zagats getting taken by surprise right there, and that is definitely going to be a much needed welcome kill for them. So now the Blade team up against Xtreme Club. So once again, we'll be taking a look at a Sri Lankan team going up against the Sri Lankan team. So Xtreme Club also did quite well in the Erangel game, but a beautiful nade actually does quite a bit of damage to both these players. And we do see one of them going down, and now he's actually looking at the wrong area. Blade Toxic might get taken down, but the crouch is good enough. And with that, Xtreme Club will have to settle in back in the lobby. They do lose Blade Fang, I believe, but they're going to be able to recover the rest of their team, as you can see. So Toxic also fixing his HP, and now Intensity now with just 1 more medkit to work with. You can see Xtreme Club getting eliminated. So he has 1 painkiller and 1 medkit left to work with. So this one is going to have to make do for the moment. So they need to get a few kills, maybe get the loot if possible, but that's much more easier said than done. And now the MaFiA team looking to third party up here against the number 21. It looks like the smokes are down. Not 100% sure where these players are. You don't want to accidentally step on a snake and put yourself in a bad position. So once again, we can see, I believe it's MaFiA Rocky that we're keeping an eye on. So team number 16, the Blade team, once again in another little skirmish, this time against SDZ. So SDZ currently have one knock, but the rest have been picked up. Crypto getting picked out by Zute, and he's going to be able to pop a medkit and heal up, but they need to get into zone right now. They're getting pressured by two different sides. So is SDZ going to be able to get out of this sticky situation, or are they going to meet their maker here in this current situation that we're in? So another 24 seconds, just a little bit more time till they have to rotate into the zone. But with that, we do see another knock coming in elsewhere. So the INC team going up against team number 11, which is CNE. So with that, they're going to lose a few of their players. They're actually one of them, and now they're overlooking them from the high ground, not being able to see where Sandbox and the rest of the teams are. So Gudda's on the high ground. They're quite far away, and both these teams need to run into zone right now, because if they don't, they're going to be in a world of hurt. But with that, we do see Zute managed to bring down Blade Whiskey, so the knock is happening. So even the SDZ team having quite a bit of a fight. So you can see Blade Toxic also going down. MaFiA Rocky now third-partying Zute and killing him off almost completely. Crypto holding off. Look at the patience coming out from Crypto. Managed to get one. He might be able to get another, but he gets knocked. Oh, so unfortunate. Great patience coming out from him, but unable to convert anything else. If he was able to maybe get one more knock there, it would have been given. It would have given Snipey a chance to maybe close out this team. But with that, Snipey trying to get aggressive, knowing that he has that zone pressuring the side of MaFiA. But with that, we can see TRQ right now is stuck in a very difficult location. They need to run out basically in the open here, and I don't think any of these teams are going to give them the time of day. So team number 13, as you can see, they've already made their rotation in. So KINGxRANGERS, the winners from your last game, can they pull a back-to-back chicken is the question. They do see INC coming in as well, so they might be able to bring down T-Rex, but King taking so much damage, and the INC team gets taken out by a different team in the meantime. And now they need to start picking up these players. They need to get the revives going, and they actually survive with all four of their players. And Mifsal right now looking to gatekeep team number 14 or the MaFiA team. So right now, as you can see, STC, even though they've gotten knocks, they have not gotten any points in terms of kills. They probably had it stolen from the MaFiA team as well. So Snipey as well as Mifsal, definitely the two you want on your team surviving in the late game. So let's see whether they can pull off something for their side here. So TM7, once again, it's going to be Reno that we're taking a look at. It once again manages to bring down Dhanush, I believe, or sees him crawling or something. So with that, once again, Pre-Fire is coming in, but nothing really connecting because he's on the other side of the hill. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at Num Num Juice with all four of their players left alive as well. So there are 6 teams left with 17 players alive, and the MaFiA team is in disarray right now. So it's just one player who's surviving by the skin of his teeth. So team number 16 also, as you can see, just stuck in the zone right there. No opportunity for them to kind of sneak in. So they might be going for the hill battle as far as we can see. And with that, now one of the players from MaFiA out in the open. So Num Num Juice with the opportunity, but Tom loses a chance, and it's going to be STC getting that kill. I believe it might have been Mifsal actually, and now Aki as well as Tom here trying to move in. But with that, now once again, we're going to be taking a look at Eddie as well as Orpheus on the side of team 7. So Renau has the chance to bring down Snipey here, and Snipey does go down, and with that, the side of STC is going to go down, and now it's the top 3 situation with 11 players alive. So one team having 3 and the rest probably having 4 each. It's going to be team number 19 against team number 10 at the moment. Spray is coming in, does manage to do some damage, and Eddie with the M7 spray manages to bring one down, but we can see Eddie does go down in the meantime as well. So Aki having a pretty good angle on him while he was playing on the low ground, but another player goes down on the side of team number 19, as you can see, and there is still 3 teams left. I believe there's someone in the zone still heal battling at the moment from team number 16 as well. So this might be TM7 adding that third chicken. Let's wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. But the zone is on the side of Num Num Juice. So Num Num Juice might be grabbing their first chicken dinner here. As far as we can see right now, he's trying to secure all the kills is Orpheus, because Aki has the god spot, and with that Orpheus, he does have 4 medkits, but 2 teams doing the medkit battle at this point in time might not be good enough. All Aki has to do is wait. All he has to do is wait here for Orpheus to move from here. Aki not even going to bother. As you can see, it's a top 2 situation, 1v1, but Orpheus is stuck, ladies and gentlemen. And Aki, I don't think he's going to be moving out in the open. Orpheus should be running out of medkits very soon. That should have been his last one. And now Orpheus running. He actually might get the kill on Aki. Oh no, Orpheus. Oh, he had the chance, but Aki is in the zone. He's in the zone. He's going to let him die to the zone. And that is going to be Num Juice taking their first chicken dinner. It was almost a disaster. But then making a 200 IQ play, I am not going to move from here. I mean, he didn't even have a medkit, but wow, what a endgame fight coming in there. Definitely unexpected for sure.
Definitely an amazing match coming in from Num Juice. Not expecting them to get the chicken dinner. I didn't even see them on the map taking those early fights or mid fights even. I think they were waiting for that last chance to get this chicken dinner because these are the crucial matches for them right now. TM7 almost having their third chicken dinner, but definitely that second points with the second place is going to definitely boost them up on the overall sheet. But let's see if that is enough for them to push apart from RGC OPEX already having 124 points. They're not playing today even, they'll be playing tomorrow. So let's see if TM7 can push into the tabletop spot right now of group stages. But with that, Team Blades, I think they did a number there, coming in third place by heel battling. That was an amazing play coming in from Blades. I think they are trying so hard right now. I believe they are in 32nd position, Dhaka, right now, but they are trying their best to push through into the top 16. But let's see how it goes. And SDZ also, I think there was some miscommunication there. I mean, Mifzal could have heard the gunfire of TM7 and they could have played an even better position there, but they got taken down. So let's see how Miramar is going to go. Definitely Miramar will be even more exciting. Maybe we might see the Pecado fight coming in from Mount Olympus and SDZ. But let's see, everyone now not going in for those rivalries. They want to qualify. Everyone literally on the neck of qualifying right now. But let's see how it goes as Miramar comes through. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back shortly.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
Welcome back to South Asia Wildcard Pro League Season 1. We are here with, I think, day number 5, if I'm not wrong. So we have 3 more days for the group stage to end, and then the top 16 will be moving into the grand finals, where we'll be seeing definitely who will be able to perform into the international level in the upcoming PMCO Fall Split 2021. With that, I can see, as of now, I think TM7 has taken over RGC OPEX according to what we know, with 130 total points. But they, RGC OPEX, who has still 8 matches to go, I mean, they'll be playing tomorrow only. So they have 124 total points. So I would imagine them having around 200 plus points by the end of this. They don't need that even. I think they are qualified much already. They don't even need to play, I think, the rest of the 8 games, and they'll just be sitting there in the top 3 spots according to how it's going. As we have a new winner every match. So there's teams getting new chicken dinners. NNJ, unexpected chicken dinner coming in from them. TM7 almost obvious having that last kill, but the zone decides to stop near the fate of NNJ and pass obvious and go. So that was fate taking over. And even that being said, Eddie, even PUBG doesn't like you. They don't want you to get a chicken dinner today. So that's just it. I don't think you'll be getting a chicken dinner. I mean, Hami says that you will be getting a chicken dinner today. So let's see if you can keep up with expectations of E2S Gaming. Definitely, I'm waiting to see that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you have that kind of pressure on you, on top of pressure to qualify also, I don't think it's usually a good thing for the team. But I think Eddie is the type of guy who really picks up his game when he's under fire, you know, if you know what I mean. So definitely looking forward to seeing how they do perform. But with that, obviously, once again, coming into Miramar. So it's going to be a little bit of a boring, slow-paced early start here, most probably. I mean, there was one time where we saw teams just chasing down each other and starting to, you know, fight without any without paying attention to playing for that late game. So maybe we might see it this time also. You can never say what teams are thinking and what kind of decisions they want to make, but I do expect a slow start, obviously, and with that, obviously, we're keeping our eyes on a few other teams. So right now, a lot of these top teams that people have been keeping their eyes on haven't been able to perform up to standard. Some of them not even being able to secure chicken dinner as of yet, as the trend for new chicken dinners continues. So far, just remind you once again, it's only 2 teams that have won at least 2 chickens. So we've already played the initial 16 games, and after today is done, it's going to be 20. And having only 2 teams that have won 2 chickens each is just goes to show you the balance in terms of how each and every game is going to go. So with that, let's see whether there's going to be another team joining basically the OPEX team and the TM7 team with double chicken dinners, or whether new teams are going to keep taking that number 1 spot to inch their way closer and closer to those the top 16 positions that you want to be in. But with that, the teams have deployed themselves into the areas where they want to go to. Right now, it seems like a lot of these teams will be favoring the lower half of the Miramar map rather than the upper half. And with that, let's see whether we'll be able to see the rivalry. And also, so the Picard rivalry is going to be avoided. And with that, it seems like Torta has returned to the team, joining them once again. So that is going to be Crypto's fill-in, basically moving out here, and Torta will be able to rejoin the SDZ team. So let's see whether from this point on they can give us a really, really great performance. I mean, last time also on Miramar yesterday, day before yesterday, I believe, we saw them with some really big kills, but in the end got taken out by the Zeus team towards the later half of the game. So let's see whether they can repeat that performance once again here, or whether they will struggle again. I mean, that's basically all that most people will be definitely keeping an eye on. And with that, will Num Num Juice also be able to give us a back-to-back chicken dinner is the questions. They have landed very close to the TM7 team, so we might be seeing a replay of that last zone fight in Sanhok. So let's see who will come out on top. But with that, Mount Olympus getting complete control of Pecado. So with that, they're going to loot up, and they're going to be pretty much set on how they want to start playing their game. But with that, now we'll be going into the SDZ team, taking a little bit of a road trip, and looks like it's going to be driver Mifsal here, basically delivering the team to their loot. So not sure how much he's going to charge for this Uber drive, but it's going to be interesting for sure. So the team is currently just enjoying a little bit of a round trip, but they might run into the Blade team. So the Blade team has been doing decently well, especially today, and in terms of their first game and their second game, but I don't think they spotted out anyone yet. And now Torta is out in no man's land. He needs to get into these buildings and start looting up. So luckily, he's gotten to an area where the play team hasn't even gotten to yet. He does pick up the DBS. So DBS is not to be underestimated, especially in an enclosure like this, because if you run into them and you get the double shot on you, you're 100% going to go down. And with that Snipey, looks like he's looking to joker around with that joker kit on himself, so going for that little bit of a Chester vibe. So he has an M16 A4 at the moment, so let's see whether he can do some damage with it. The blade team going on to the high ground to secure that position, and I don't think even they have an idea that the SDZ team is close by. So this fight will be very, very interesting to kind of just keep an eye on and see who comes out on top, because both these teams, their chances definitely hang in the balance. Because every point from this point on is going to be very important for them to secure. So anything that they get in the early game is definitely going to translate into a very strong late game position. And as far as I remember yesterday, wasn't it Boyka who drove the car and toppled it into the compound that SDZ was chilling in while they were fighting against another team? Yes, it was. So definitely has a little bit of areas to fix there, so let's see whether they'll be able to. But with that, we are coming into a team that everyone has their eyes on, which is Mount Olympus. So very comfortably, very easily going to be just looting this Pecado area, marking a few weapons here and there for some of their players, because you know there is always going to be someone who prefers a different type of weapon, and that's where you get that time-old argument whether, you know, the M7 or the AKM. So a lot of people will obviously have their own preferences in how they want to use certain weapons, and end of the day, just pick up what works for you. So with that, they're going to be basically chilling for the moment. They're going to be looking to gear up for that late game. So they have managed to get a decent amount of loot at the moment. So you can see when Aksam is quite geared up, has a decent amount to work with. 5 energy cans, as you can see, with 2 painkillers. He also has 6 bandages and 3 medkits. So he's pretty much settled. He has an M16 A4 along with an M7. So as far as I know, I believe he might be using the M16 A4 for range, and then obviously switch to the M7 when he wants to fight up close. But with that, the Blade team definitely has managed to finally spot out the SDZ team. Otherwise, I highly doubt they'll be playing in the position that they're playing in, so playing it very safe. And with that, Toxic has the high ground right now. So let's see whether he can get at least 1 knock here to convert it into an opportunity for his team. All they need is 1 knock, but with that, it will come down to how well SDZ is going to be able to hold. So the high ground is going to be super important. And with that, we do see a little bit of damage coming out onto Zute here. Zute might try to pre-peek, but Boyka already pre-firing. And with that, oh, Mifsal just managing to avoid Boyka right there. He knows that he's on the high ground, but that means Toxic has a chance to start pressuring him, and Mifsal might go down, but he needs to reload. Mifsal on no HP whatsoever finds a little bit of cover. Boyka not going to start heading away. He's going to jump all the way from the height here to the low ground, and he's going to be able to get away. Oh, that was definitely an opportunity going down begging for the side of Blade. And now Mifsal is actually visible. He might actually go down, but Boyka gets taken out by Daughter, who's there with the cover fire to make sure that Mifsal is able to get some cover. So now Snipey getting pressured by Whiskey, but as you can see, Whiskey does not have the scope to make it work. And right now, the Blade team in a little bit of trouble. Mifsal just, oh my god, this man was able to escape that situation, and Toxic just feeling the pressure, losing one of the easiest opportunities you could get to knock a player, and with that, losing Boyka at the moment. And I don't think anyone can rotate towards Boyka for sure to get this revive. So the Blade team playing with a handicap already. Mifsal already full on health, as you can see. He's completely recovered. So great cover fire coming in from Torta there to make sure he's able to support Mifsal there. But you can see, ladies and gentlemen, one mistake is going to turn or put your team into so much trouble, and that was definitely a huge opportunity that they lost, and they are going to be feeling it. Toxic is not going to be too happy about that. So let's see whether the SCC team is going to get any more aggressive here and maybe try to secure even more points by trying to take out the Blade team, knowing that they have the numbers advantage. But Snipey running out in the open, trying to get a completely different angle here. So as you can see, 3-1 split once again coming in from the SDZ team. Most of these teams do enjoy playing it this way. Even the Blade team managed to actually, they went for a 2-1-1 split, but I think it is just how they were positioned. But anyway, he does bleed out in the end. So with that, Whiskey, not Whiskey, one of the players from the Blade team is going to go down. And now we're going to be taking a look at the Infinity Club. They do manage to catch the TRQ team just driving by. They do manage to knock one though, and that is going to be Kale, who is going to be eating the dirt here in Miramar. So he's not going to be too happy about that. But with that, the INC team is going to secure themselves 2 kills at the moment. So they're going to be happy about how things started up for them. So let's see how it goes. So anyway, Iran going to finally finish off that kill. The zone is in. Mifzal once again taking a decent amount of damage, it looks like. So Toxic with that high ground, as you can see, Mifzal, I think he might have gotten sniped from somewhere because he has lost his helmet as well. And now Toxic on the high ground, Snipey trying to snipe him, as his name definitely implies. But with that, Mifzal right now might try to get out here. He's not fixing his health. I don't think he has the items to work with. So he's trying to come to Snipey to get some of these heals, and that's definitely what is happening. So Snipey delivering that medkit, or maybe pickup coming in from Mifzal, just because, I mean, last time we saw him, he was the Uber driver. So this time he's coming to pick up the delivery. So with that, Zute trying to make his way towards the team, but getting pressured a little bit. But luckily, I think maybe his joystick might have gotten stuck for a little bit because he was running against that tank. But with that, the STC team definitely looking to get out of here, but they need to be very careful. I mean, if all 4 of them go in this vehicle and they get spotted out, that means all 4 of them instantly dying, and that is definitely not how you want your team going down. So already you can see Torta as well as Snipey starting to rotate. They don't want to have anything else to do with this Blade team. They got 1 kill. They're going to be happy with that, and with that, they'll definitely be looking to get a much better position. And definitely they are very low on loot, so they need to try and find a location to kind of loot up as well and try to get as many resources as they possibly can. But with that, we'll be moving on to the CNE team. So the mixed team, CNE, FN1, as you can see, a bunch of players here. So let's see how they perform. I mean, so far they've been very underwhelming in terms of performance. So let's see whether this is going to be the game where they pick things up and showcase their potential. So looking at the Equinox team once again, but this time Horse getting poked quite a bit. He does have a decent amount of heals to work with, to be honest, so he can afford to start peeking and just taking these shots. But that helmet taking a decent amount of damage already, so with that, he's going to start rotating to the rest of his team, or at least the pod that he's playing with is going to be Sandbox. So not 100% sure on where the rest are. Looks like they are going to be arriving in their current location. So as you can see, even the team number 10 is quite close by, so they need to be quite careful about how they start taking these fights, start taking these engagements, because the more these zones close, the more teams that are going to be in the zone, and obviously the more third-party chances that other teams are going to be allowed. So let's see. For now, Horse is going to preserve a lot of these medkits, expecting their team to maybe get a few heal battles and get much better placement. But anyway, with that, Mount Olympus, once again, we're going to be taking a look at Cemento. So let's see what he can do for his team. Driving away alone right now, trying to meet up with the rest of his team. As you can see, just driving a little bit off-road, showing his mad skills there, using those two side tires. But with that, the NRC team seems to have gotten into a little bit of a kerfuffle here against the side of KINGxRANGERS. So right now, they're looking at Fist here. Will they be able to bring him down is the question. So I think at the moment, they're looking for Hazan as well as maybe Susti to look for angle here, maybe on the side of the KINGxRANGERS player Fist. Let's see whether they're able to do it. Right now, he's hiding in a little bit of cover here. They can't really move up as well, because the moment they move up, there's a very good chance that they get taken down. But you can see Hassan just driving in and taking so much damage. But in the end, King also taking quite a bit of damage. So once again, the pre-fire coming in, and is King going to be able to take the fight though? I don't think so. He's going to try and pop the medkit on Hassan, and with that, King does go down. Fist, so he does get surrounded by the rest of NRC. Tried his best, almost bringing down Hassan, but Hazan not giving him the chance to be brought down. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at our winners from Sanhok. Num Num Juice already securing one of their kills, and now looking down upon Mount Olympus. So right now, who is the mountain? Is it Num Num Juice or Mount Olympus? Because Mount Olympus seems to be stuck on the low ground, while Num Num Juice has that high ground. So they'll be struggling quite a bit to take that fight. But anyway, snipers can make all the change. But with that, the MaFiA team pressuring Blade teams. The Blade team is not having a very good game. Wherever they go, they seem to be getting pressured by every single direction right now. So Arun looking to end Whiskey's life here. The zone coming in as well, but with that, TNAV14 might leave them behind and try to get into the zone as well. So Arun going to start boosting up here using one of those painkillers that he has. So limited supply for sure. And now Whiskey getting into the buggy, the tires getting taken over. Whiskey trying to get back into cover, but a lot of these shots being missed by Arun here. So Chance definitely goes down begging. As you can see, one of the players already being taken out on the side of Blade. So previously they lost another player. So this might be the last player on his team. Honestly, there might be one more. But as you can see, Dhanush as well as Rocky looking to go in and finish the job. And with that, we do see Whiskey go down. So there is still one more player from the side of Blade that is left. And I think he's already rotated into zone as far as I can see, taking his own weapon. So you can see Whiskey giving up on his life, and Dhanush should 100% know that there is no one else, because obviously teams won't be just lying there if they knew that there was someone who could assist them. So with that, Dhanush is going to be able to grab the loot. But one disappointing thing for Dhanush is he does not have any medkits whatsoever to work with. He does have 20 bandages though, so he can at least slow heal. I mean, something, right? So anyway, with that, they're going to be able to grab the buggy and start rotating out, trying to get the ammo as well as all the resources that Whiskey might have had on him. But with that, now we'll be coming into the Akatsuki team. After that day one, they've been very, very quiet. We're still looking for an explosive performance coming out from them. They were overall in 4th place. So obviously, there's a very good chance that the tables might have changed after these few games. But that, of course, you will be updated on in tomorrow's bunch of games. But with that, as you can see, they're actually in 3rd with 98 points. So they're also closing in on that triple digit number. So they're going to be super happy if they do manage to reach that amount of points, because it will definitely give them a decent amount of safety. But with that, Amare right now getting pressured quite a bit by the CNE team, and he gets third party by the Equinox team as far as I can see. So it was Sentox actually from Equinox who is going to be the person to bring him down, and with that, Amare is stuck in a very, very tough spot. I don't think they'll be able to drive up to him and basically smoke him and get the revive, especially with Equinox just keeping an eye on him, and even the CNE team having control of the compound. And now Nisal might actually go down. So is able to convert and get the knock. Look at the precision coming out from this man, and this is definitely the kind of pick me up that NRC needs. So let's see if they can convert it. But right now, as you can see, Pablo getting pressured quite a bit. Does have that 8 scope on the M24, so does have a chance to maybe get a few headshots here, but he can't point out where Horse is at the moment. So Sandbox also on the high ground, as you can see. So a beautiful headshot here would give them that opportunity to kind of run in and maybe start pressuring them. But then with that, we'll be moving into the Equinox team. They should be getting their first kill very shortly. We'll see Amare bleeding out in a very short time span. But with that, I believe there is a team that is very close to them, just trying to contest at the moment. Looks like it's going to be Mount Olympus at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, it is Mount Olympus. So Zagats has managed to sneak himself into the house at the moment, and you can see Aksan also now just healing up, trying to fix his health. And with that, they are going for the push right now. Will they be able to get any of these kills? They need to be very careful. The smoke is down, nades can be down as well. The suppressor on the M4 as well, very interesting choice coming out from them. So let's see whether TNAV15 is going to be able to make themselves an opportunity here. As you can see, he 100% knows that there's a player on the right side. So the pre-fire coming in, and the nade from Nabi is going to bring down 2. So Aksan as well as Zagats both going down, and Mount Olympus actually losing 2 of their players. But with that, Takuru actually jumping from the window right there, losing his life. And with that, will Aksam and Simanto be able to do anything for the rest of their team? Because both of them are just currently lying down on the ground. So Zagats might get picked up, and looks like he's going to go and pick up Aksan first. And then with that, Cemento is going to be able to pick up Zagots maybe. So as in the meantime, team number 15, as you can see, is picking up the rest of their teammates. So hopefully that was a smoke. I mean, sometimes you do tend to accidentally throw nades as well. So Takuro getting picked up by Senna as well. So as you can see, team number 15 recovering quite well. But even then, the same thing happening on the side of Mount Olympus. So a good opportunity going down the drain right there for the side of Equinox, but they just want to play it safe. I mean, the pressure is definitely very high right now, so everyone just fixing up and trying to reset the fight. But obviously, the Equinox team resetting a lot better. So Simanto once again, he's just going to boost himself up and make sure he's going to be able to tick his health up into the max HP range. But with that, we can see team number 15 also just driving past them, the TM7 team, sorry, team number 10. So that is going to be driving past, taking the opportunity from that little bit of chaos. But Simanto now with a pretty good position on team number 15. But as I say that, he does get third party. He's going to get taken out by Madh here with a beautiful spray coming down from him. So he's going to lose his life. He's probably going to die out here. And once again, pre-fire coming in from Zegas. He does have the nade. He was thinking about it, but with that, completely starts backing up, looking for a completely different angle. And we can see Blade Fang, the last player on the side of Blade, living up to surviving at the moment. Just trying to play positioning and try to get some placement. So Nabi looking for a third part, basically looking through TPP right there, looking for an angle, trying to get information on where these players might be. So just lying down there and making sure that he doesn't give away his position, and he can surprise attack someone if they do decide to run down this hill and try to pressure them. But right now they have lost the equal numbers game where they were 4 against 4, but now currently 3 against 4, because we did see Simanto getting taken out there. So as you can see, Aksam once again dropping the smokes, trying to close that line of sight that team number 15 might have. But so far, just a lot of standoffs happening. And now Num Num Juice, they do lose Aki. Aki, that player who managed to secure that chicken dinner, right now getting sandwiched once again between Akatsuki and another team. As you can see, just entering from the back there. And now Madh once again looking for a few sprays, looking to pressure TM7, but not getting the opportunity. They have all 4 of their players still alive. They have that 1 kill taken off from Mount Olympus. So let's see whether Madh can convert any more points here for his team here, and maybe get a few more knocks and get a few more kills. So you can see the INC team also moving up with the zone. So they are going to be able to secure themselves. But with that, a beautiful spray coming out from Madh with the 4 scope, and he's going to clear out Iran, I believe, from the INC team. And now he's just dancing around the smoke, getting into the buggy, and with that, he's going to reverse his way towards Heril, I believe. Yes, it is Heril. So holding down this compartment once again, or this little shed. But with that, the Equinox team now full on fight against Mount Olympus and has a chance to completely close them out, but it's going to be Senna panicking a little bit, and now he's actually going to give him the chance to heal up. So the 1v1 still stands. As you can see, the Blades team going down, and now Zegat's coming in to take this 1v1. The rush comes in and he gets cleaned up so fast, and Zegat's, the confidence from this man to run in and take him down. I mean, he gave him so much time to work with, and he just got took by surprise. I mean, you can't even say that. He just literally ran to him in the shortest distance in a straight line, and Mount Olympus going to be clearing out Equinox there. So they are going to be able to secure 4 points in a 3 versus 4 situation, and they still have their chances alive. But let's see whether they can get into the zone. So great stuff coming in from Zegas there to save his team and keep them in the running for the top 16 spots. And right now, once again, we'll be moving to the Akatsuki side, looking to spray down TM7, but with that intensity, get in the buggy, trying to just find an angle here. I think he has an idea that number 19 is close by, and with that, Choco putting a lot of pressure on Xtreme Club, losing 2 of their players. Moving forward, as you can see, so he has cleared up those 2 kills. Once again, has the M4 with the 4 scope, looking for the nade, and with that cruise, he's going to have to cruise himself back into the lobby. So he's not going to be too happy about that, obviously being stuck in the zone, getting gate kept at the moment. And Tadashi is going to be the last player left alive for the side of Xtreme Club. So instead of pushing that, maybe they should focus on getting into the next zone, because the next zone is going to be closing right now. So they want to secure the kill, obviously, and Tadashi is going to be stuck in the zone. It's going to hurt like crazy. And now Intensity looking for the nade. Guardian moving on to the right, doesn't spot out Guardian though, and with that Intensity, how's he going to play this? They still have only 1 kill. Nades coming in exactly as you can see, the side of team number 90 doing a little bit of a delta split, 1 going right, 1 going left, and immediately the player that goes to the right seems to have gotten taken down from the INC team. And now Intensity knows he needs to smoke, grab the buggy and start rotating back to his team. Even the SDZ team is still quite healthy, as you can see, so they need to make their way as well, and they're going to grab the vehicles. And with that, Snipey out in the open, he might take a lot of damage, almost getting taken out of the zone, but in the end, Intensity being able to give a beautiful spray down. Tadashi dies as well, this time not exactly sure to who, whether it was Intensity or someone else, so it could have been Torta as well. But anyway, Torta right now smoking his vehicle. Intensity not going to shoot out the tires as far as I can see. So with that, SDZ also in a tough spot. Vipsal trying to pressure on the other side. He's going to grab onto his buggy and start rotating. As you can see, Zute as well just sitting behind cover at the moment. They only have about 40 seconds to start rotating, and with that, Toto already making his rotation. Intensity once again is just going to start pre-firing certain areas and seeing if he can do any sort of damage. But with that, he needs to move into zone as well. As you can see, the Infinite Club gets taken out of the NRC team in a 1v1 against CNE, and CNE is able to clear out the NRC squad. But I think they also have quite a bit of casualties right there, and they need to start making their rotation into the zone as well. But TM7 already in a very strong spot in the zone. They can third party a lot of teams here. Math goes down in the meantime on the side of Akatsuki. So with that, Eddie now with the long range utility that he has and the long range weapon combination, AWM as well as MK14. So one deadly combination that he'll be running. But obviously, if it's a prolonged gunfight, he might have it very difficult for him, because obviously the MK14 only having 20 bullets even with the extended mag. And as you can see, Orpheus is going to go down this time. They're going to drop down some smokes to create some cover to pick him up. And with that, Highters sitting in the bin right now, looking for anyone else that might be trying to approach. He does have pretty decent cover. He has a pretty decent position right now. Has a very good view of where this KINGxRANGERS team might be coming in from. But that tree, that goddamn tree is going to be blocking his way. And now you can see team number 23, the Mount Olympus boys, also managing to get into the zone. And they are very, very close to the zone. And with that, all these teams need to start rotating in. As you can see, TRQ's Insanity is going to get taken out in the end. He immediately goes down to what seems to be Intensity's Molotov, and that is going to be the TRZ team going to get eliminated right there. So sorry, the TRQ team getting eliminated right there. And so with that, Heril, not 100% sure whether that player was taken out. He's just going to keep pre-firing because the smokes are down. Not 100% sure whether all of them have been cleared out. But with that, we'll be moving into KINGxRANGERS. Looks like they managed to get Zagats right there. And with that, Aksam is going to be the one who's going to try to get inside to get that revive. And he's going to prone himself, almost getting taken out. But you can see the KINGxRANGERS team. They know if they can get this location, they are good to go. And they are going to eliminate Mount Olympus. They are going to have to go and chill back into the lobby, securing the 5th position. And once again, KINGxRANGERS pulling up to the show, and they have a really, really good spot in the zone right there. And with that, you can see Akatsuki also getting cleared out. So it's going to be TM7, SDZ Esports. It's going to be KINGxRANGERS, and with that, I think Mount Olympus just got eliminated. Num Num Juice also with one more player left alive right near TM7. So it's a 1v4 situation for the player from Num Num Juice, but the SDZ team struggling to get into the zone right now. And even the side of TM7 need to move, and as you can see, going for this 1v1. If they jump out of the window, there's a really good chance for Manu here to get a few kills, but he's going to be holding the nade, going to be cooked by Orpheus. He's going to be your sacrificial lamb, it looks like. If he mistimes his nade, he could die, and in the end, Kara is going to be able to secure that kill. And now TM7 need to start rotating the last two teams. It's going to be KINGxRANGERS versus TM7. So it's going to definitely be a repeat chicken dinner here if the side of KINGxRANGERS can win. But definitely TM7, they want another chicken dinner under their belt, and they want to be the first team to get 3 chicken dinners. So looks like it's going to be a 2-on-4 situation, definitely favoring the side of TM7. The only thing that might put a little bit of pressure on them is going to be the zone. Right now, the wall of smokes coming down, great coordination coming in, nades also being chucked randomly. So let's see whether they're going to be able to get a knock from this and turn this into a 4 versus 1 situation with Gucci as well as Stark, I believe, the only 2 sparks left alive on the side of KINGxRANGERS. And now TM7 making their way. Eddie with the MK14 in hand. He is ready to do some damage, but with that, KINGxRANGERS seem to be stuck in the zone. With that, Spark is going to go down, and I think this is going to be the 3rd chicken dinner. So the first team to hit 3 chicken dinners, TM7, with so much patience coming out. And with that, they are going to extend their lead even further, coming from 2nd place in Sanhok to 1st place in Miramar. They are definitely dominating today's proceedings, and I think like we mentioned, the more you provoke Eddie, the better he performs. So great stuff coming out from them. So TM7 going to be super happy about this performance from this game for sure.
Definitely. Nice performance coming in from E2S TM7. Definitely going to make their lead up, and I'm sure Hamis is going to be happy. As he told, he predicted that they'll be getting a chicken dinner, but his prediction was that they wouldn't get the chicken dinner in Miramar, so that is also there. And I'm just worried about the messages that I sent Eddie before the match. Probably screen just going to come somewhere. Okay, I need to keep my mouth shut. I think I'm going to become a E2S TM7 supporter. Eddie, I support you from now on. But let's see how the matches go in. I mean, amazing performance coming in from E2S TM7. I think they'll be extending their lead against RGC OPEX. Right now, the fight is between RGC OPEX and E2S TM7 on who is going to get the number 1 spot in the group stages. Even though this is not the finals, they are still fighting for the number 1 spot to show that they are the number 1 team. So either it's going to be E2S TM7 or RGC OPEX. Let's find out tomorrow. We'll be seeing how RGC OPEX performs. Who knows, they might even do a triple chicken dinner or all 4 matches quadruple chicken dinner. We can't say, but we'll be seeing the last and final match of the night. That's going to be Erangel. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back shortly.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.
we are here with the last and final match for the night. It's going to be Erangel. So let's see how. We saw TM7 now with three chicken dinners under their name. So we'll be seeing if another team can get their chicken dinner. I mean, still those teams that having high expectations, the fans, even me, I'm having expectations with some teams who have not yet got the chicken dinner. I mean, I think they're not having a pretty good day even today. But after this last match, they'll be having only 4 matches to come back into that top 16 spots. I think the minimum, Dhaka, what would you say from 16 matches, the minimum average to qualify into the top 16? 100?
16 for 16 matches. Oh, for 16 matches,
yeah.
I think be in the top 16. Save point would be around 100, but I think 120 would be your safest bet, to be honest, because 16 games, even if you get second place in all of them, you still get quite close to that itself. So 16 games, if each team plays 8 games, that's about 80 points. So let's say 100, 120 to just be. So the 16th place team apparently currently has 71 points. So I think 100 is a good place to be in, because only like one team can get a massive amount of points, or at least a few teams can get massive amount of points, like first, second, and third. But in terms of double-digit points, you get from first and second only. So I think even then, I think 100 points, maybe 120 in between that would be a very safe gray area.
I think E2S TM7 with 153 points, according to what our point counters were telling, that they are on the lead right now with 153 massive points. So that's almost a 30 gap, I think, against RGC OPEX, who is having 123 odd. So I think that's not a big gap for RGC OPEX right now, who is watching, just sitting and watching the matches with popcorn to come and show one hell of a performance tomorrow. And with that, I got to say, RGC OPEX in the overall top 10 damage masters, literally the whole team is there. I mean, I think they have done the most damage right throughout all the matches. I mean, what are the rest of the teams doing? I think that would be another motivation, like how Eddie literally came after the match and shamed me on Viber. He even took a screenshot and told, wait for it. I don't know what is he going to do. I'm literally scared right now.
That's definitely going to be interesting to see how that kind of turns out. So already even Hami is losing a little bit of cash from his wallet as well in the meantime. So definitely a lot of, I think, both of y'all, as far as I can tell, just stop putting pressure on me. It's not working out for you guys. But anyway, let's get into the final game of day number 5, obviously, and with that, it's going to be the once again reminding everyone, it's Group A versus Group D. So tomorrow we'll be seeing Group B versus Group C. So stay tuned for those games as well. So it's once again a very, very, very nice plane right down the middle. So teams are able to access wherever they want to go. So with that, they're definitely going to be able to play to their plan and exactly where they want to land, loot up, and then basically start rotating. And once again, it is going to be Erangel. So definitely going to be those slow-paced games for the initial start, and then once it starts ramping up, it's going to definitely become very exciting. So as you can see, the CNE team looks like they lost one of their players already, just getting run over, it looks like, once again by one of the soldier team players right there. So really unfortunate for them, but it has happened almost every single Erangel map. I think there hasn't been a game where a person has not gotten run over. Even in the previous one, we saw Snipey get run over. So definitely interesting to watch. But with that, looking at things, the SDZ team, they seem to be going towards Lipovka, so they are playing super safe right now. So complete shadow of what they were playing from day before yesterday. So they're playing super safe. I think it might be the pressure or the fact that they still haven't managed to win a single chicken dinner. So it might be messing with their heads a little bit, and the play team also.
I think Dhaka is a bit frozen. I don't know what
chilling
happened.
In Pochinki, and yes.
I think there's a slight okay. Anyways, yeah, you just went in a glitch and came back. I think he's back with us right now. With that, I think we'll be seeing how TM7. I think they'll be hoping for another chicken dinner. I think right now they're just racking up the chicken dinners. Danush gets the better of Eddie, and I think he did not expect that Eddie gets finished off, and surely that's going to piss off Eddie right now, as this drop location has been E2S TM7 since the known days. They have been on the split farm, but now an unexpected player entering their territory, surely they're going to go on the hunt, because they are literally pissed off right now and they have nothing to lose. TM7 has nothing to lose, but MaFiA gang, oh dear, probably it's best if you just move away from that location right now, as these guys, they want blood for blood. I think MaFiA gang decides to move away after after that kill, and they'll be going in with their vehicle. So that's gonna happen. But let's see how Haite, Kara and Rinau performs over from this end. With that, we can see the first zone sitting comfortably is Mount Olympus right now in Pochinki. No problems whatsoever. So MaFiA team over here secures that one kill on towards AD, surely giving AD a heart attack on a surprise attack. But let's see how it goes. So Dhaka, expectations of this? Do you have any tingling feeling as of yet who will get a chicken dinner? I mean, just whether it'll be a new team or same team getting a double or a triple.
I believe, let's see. So looking at how the teams have been playing today, bit of a tough one to be honest. Because so far today, like almost every team has been doing okay. They haven't been doing great. I mean, in terms of teams that have been doing great so far, it has been KINGxRANGERS and TM7, because they've been very consistent in all 3 games. So other than that, I want to say that a new team is going to be winning the chicken dinner. But something, yeah, actually I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say that a team that no one expect is going to win the chicken dinner, but hopefully I have to eat my words and some other team will win, because it's always fun being wrong. It's never fun being right. So anyway, let's see whether a completely new team is going to win the chicken dinner or another team is going to be able to add to their already existing chicken counter. So with that, MaFiA team taking the advice coming in from Monkey and getting away after just sniping on AD. So just giving him a little bit of a surprise attack, taking him out, and then suddenly just going to basically drive away. So it's basically hit and run murder right there. So AD is not going to be too happy about that. But to be honest, I mean, like Monkey mentioned, they are in a pretty comfortable spot. So anyway, with that, AD doesn't seem to be too happy. AD doesn't seem to be too happy. I'm not going to say why, but anyone who is tuning into the stream will probably know. But anyway, with that, we'll be moving into the SDZ team, who has moved all the way to Lipoka, and they are going to start looting up and gearing up for those final few zones. So we're going to be taking a look at Mifzal. Individual has been performing quite well, but overall as a team, these guys have been struggling here and there. They seem to be able to get to the mid game, maybe to the top 10, but from there, I mean, from there they just seem to be struggling a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to perform in this. It's going to be basically interesting to see how they perform in this game, I think. And the more these games keep going, the more chances that they keep losing. And usually, I mean, I'm all in favor of teams like, you know, creating magic in the last few moments. But, you know, even then, I mean, for a team of this caliber, I think by now, I think they should be having at least a few chicken dinners under their belt. So for some reason, maybe there is something that's going on that we don't know. But either way, hoping that they'll be able to basically pick up their act in this game and show us a really good performance. But anyway, with that, right now everyone's just going to start looting around. As you can see, everyone's just kind of lying down and just looking for any sort of loot that they can really secure as of the moment. But you know, even these houses, even though there's a lot, the loot pool isn't that great. But with that, the MaFiA team running into NRC, and looks like one of their players are going to be taken down. It's going to be Ashfaq, and with that, Aaron Ibaiti right now stuck out in the open, and looks like Susti wants to try and get a different angle right now to try and pressure him. He's looking for Hazan to come with him. And with that, on the other side, I believe either Pablo or Amare actually has one knock here on the side of MaFiA. So MaFiA going to get run down by the NRC team here. Very confident, looking for this final player, but he's not 100% sure where he might be. And if he's holding the high ground, they need to be a little bit careful, but he might actually try to get a different angle to just basically climb up and maybe get a window view of where this player might be. And with that, the other player also managing to get into that buggy and getting up. And meantime, they have managed to clear that one player on the high ground. Is going to be Amare, as well as I believe it was Hazan who went up. And I don't think they know that there's one more player. I think it is Aran Vaiti who was able to connect at the moment. So he has managed to grab that buggy and rotate this way, but I don't think he sticks around for the fight. What he needs to do right now is grab that buggy and go far away. He doesn't want to be chilling around, and that's exactly what he has done. And with that, Susti going to be looking to chase him down, but I don't think he'll have any line of sight on Aaron at the moment. So Aaron is going to be able to get away, and with that, Susi is just going to start driving around in the buggy. Hopefully, he does not get caught out or run into another team. Obviously, not what you want happening, but he is just going to be scouting the area. And with that, if he does manage to spot the buggy, oh, he might have spotted Aaron right here. So he's going to stop here by the warehouse. It's a 1v1 though at the moment, and Aaron hasn't even fixed up his health. As you can see, he's going to switch to the UMP. He's going to reload it. Will he be able to win this 1v1 is the question. He might have to wait for the rest of his team, and now Aaron coming in. Actually, the nade has been cooked, but Susti very much ready. Easy takedown right there. So with that, that is going to be the MaFiA team going down, and I think there will be someone very, very happy in the live for sure. If anyone can guess, Hamis will buy them data. But anyway, with that, the NRC team finally getting 4 kills very easily. They're going to be they've done this so many times, right? The NRC team, they run into another team, they manage to take really good fights, but when it counts, they just seem to struggle so far. This is another team that still hasn't managed to get a chicken dinner under their belt, you know, being obviously one of the higher tier teams in Sri Lanka as well. So right now, in terms of how they've been performing, they've been okay in terms of placements and getting those initial points, but you know, no chicken dinners showcase for that. So let's see whether they are going to be able to keep the momentum in this game or not. But anyway, with that, once again, we'll be moving on to team number 16, the Blade team. Looks like they've gotten into a little bit of an engagement here. Managed to kill someone off here. I believe it is going to be one of the players from Infinity Club. So Iran managed to take down Boyka as well as Fang. So those two are going to be spending their time quietly in a little coffin in the lobby. And with that, it's only going to be Toxic and Whiskey left alive. So with that, Toxic, a little bit of driving issue right there. As you can see, I mean, we saw it previously also in the Erangel map, where he managed to flip the buggy and make it land upside down. So let's see whether he's able to do a repeat telecast of that. Right now, he's just going to pick up Whiskey here. So even the Infinity Club, I think they have a few players left alive. As you can see, they only managed to clear out 1. So they lost 2 for 1. Right now, it's a 2-on-3 situation, and Toxic as well as Whiskey are going to have to play out of their mind if they want to try and take this 2 versus 3 engagement. It's actually 2 versus 4, and it's not even INC. It's actually the SDZ team that is here. And Mifdal is going to be running in right now with the buggy stuck right in the middle of both of these players. Is he going to get taken down? The tap fire coming in from the M16 A4, but he's not able to keep up with the speed. And with that, Toxic is going to get taken down by Snipey, who has silently made his way all the way towards Toxic. The marking is definitely coming down. He's going to get cleared out. And with that, the Blade team in a world of hurt. We saw this. It seems like there seems to be another little bit of a rivalry between the Blade team and the STZ team as well. This is like the 3rd time they're facing off against each other during this stage of the zone. But with that, Whiskey has no way to get out. Mifdal easily gets that 1v1. He's going to clear him out. And the Blade team, he's going to enjoy their team. They're going to enjoy their time in the lobby. And with that, Mount Olympus find themselves in a little bit of trouble here against TRQ. So with that, running in right now, and with that, they're going to lose another player right there. So Mount Olympus crumbling at the seams, and he almost gets run over by the buggy. But TRQ, they seem to clean out Mount Olympus there. So that's all 4 kills going their way, and they were only able to get 1 kill in return. So that was only going to be Zan going down. And I don't think that was a fight that anyone expected Mount Olympus to lose. So it looks like the underdog teams are out to bite today. And TRQ showing what they are made of, taking out Mount Olympus quite easily, quite cleanly. They lose 1 casualty though, but at the end of the day, they secure 4 points under their belt. So great stuff coming out from them. So once again, we get some very interesting comments coming out from Eddie in the chat. So he's not too happy about how the situation is going. But anyway, TRQ right now, super happy, super pumped about that clearance. And they're going to loot up the side of Mount Olympus. So all that loot, all that time they spent looting inside Pochinki has now been gifted to TRQ. So with that, we'll be moving to the Akatsuki team. Akatsuki team has managed to get 1 kill right now. So Mad is going to ping out a box just in case they want to get some sort of loot. So the RGC Akatsuki team hitting those triple digits. So entering that safe point where they want to have at least 120, maybe 130 points to ensure that they secure themselves a spot in the top 16. So with that, right now, we're going to be taking a look at Mad. We know that he has a Mad spray. So let's see whether he's able to take anyone away down from a very, very long distance at the moment. But with that, it's going to be Haite once again, just rotating around in his buggy with the rest of the team. So TM7 here without Eddie. Eddie is right now chilling in the lobby, chilling in the chat with the rest of the spectators while he watches and supports his team on from the sidelines. So Haite's Kara as well as Rina is going to be the three players just basically driving around in their vehicles right now, feeling like a biker gang or a buggy gang at the moment. You know, all you're missing is the highway to hell music and we're good to go. But with that, they're going to be taking a look at the mountain. Obviously, they want to be placing themselves on the highest height possible just to be able to scout around and know who is in the general area. But with that, they might run into the NRC team, and Haites is driving right that way. He actually runs into one of them. Is he going to take shots? No, he's able to nicely do a quick U-turn there and get himself out of danger. Almost could have been disastrous for his side, but with that, they are going to spend their time circling like some vultures here in the open. Let's see whether they're going to be able to find some cover, find a location, find a place to settle down. But anyway, with that, once again, moving up is going to be Haites, just once again, just looking to see whether the NRC team has moved up on them, but driving very slowly, very carefully, and with that, he's just going to manage to avoid that tree. But Amare taking a lot of damage. I believe the CNA team and the NRC team also might have a little bit of a grudge against the CNA team, because that was the team that cleared them out in the Miramar map as well. So let's see this time whether they're able to do anything or whether they're going to get stuck out in the open. Not the best place to really position themselves. I mean, this is really a third party minefield depending on where these teams could be. But at the moment, it's only the CNA team, I think, who has a pretty decent position to kind of third party from him. And with that, the NRC team definitely, I think they realize that, you know, they shouldn't be maybe chilling here, but looks like they're going to make the decision to do so. So team number 15 can fire at them, team number 15 can fire at them, and I think team number 11 also might have a chance to fire at them. So team number 20 also looking away from the right side, and with that, Equinox also just right up ahead in this compound outside of school, in between school and Pochinki. So they'll be holding down that location. So yes, what's up, Monkey?
I think at this point, I mean, I have done so many comments and everything has backfired on me. But one of the teams that I have expected to get a chicken dinner at least now, because the 12 matches are going to be completed. I was expecting NRC to get at least one chicken dinner. I have been asking Amare, even after the matches, like, what are y'all doing? I mean, what is lacking? And he always says there was not enough loot and there was not that and this. But now, judging their loot in Erangel, right now, I just checked all of their loot. So he has nothing to complain about. Still, if you don't get the chicken dinner, such a disappointment, Amare. Such a disappointment. So I'm just going to put that there if you come back and watch the stream. Let's see, and with that nice knock coming in from Hellcut, I think, on towards KINGxRANGERS Gucci. That would be a bronze spray coming in. I think that's going to be an easy kill secured by them right on the bridge. And with that, we can see it's going to be a usual typical school zone. And right now in school, there is no one. So, Daka, all over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. So thank you for that public service announcement coming in from Adil, trying to make sure that his honest opinion is actually going to go wrong and turn on his head. That's what he's hoping for. But anyway, that team number 24 currently the soldier team taking on TRQ. So Levan has gotten taken down at the moment, so he's going to be chilling on the floor, while I believe Insanity is going to be picking him up at the moment. So they are fresh off the confidence of taking out Mount Olympus. So let's see if they're going to be able to take out the soldiers team as well. So Mimra right now making his way forward, but he needs to be so careful. This is such a dangerous spot, and pushing into that church is nowhere easy. So you can see one of the players on high ground as well doesn't spot him out. Mimra with a chance to knock him. He needs to knock him. Yeah, he does. And with that, I think Moha should be able to drop down, but there's still three more players looking outside from inside. Nades coming in also towards Mimra. The rest have been recovered, but they had to play slow. They can't really rush in. Looking at the angles and looking at the positions coming in from team number 24, there is not much that the side of TRQ can do, but they can maybe drive the vehicle all the way up into the church and then get off and try to play the walls. But I don't think that's the smartest choice here. But let's see if they want to get aggressive or do they want to play for placements. They're still outside of the zone. So is team number 24. So a lot of things going wrong for these teams. But right now, it's definitely an entertaining fight. If anything, Moa does get picked up. He's going to be able to heal himself. And with that, Leven driving, getting off, driving, getting off. What is he trying to do right here? Team number 17 also holding that squad house outside of Pochinki. So very difficult spot to kind of rush into, especially when there's an entire squad just holding it down, and with that he does manage to knock one here on the side of team number 25, the Xtreme Club. But now Lever needs to get out of there, or at least put his vehicle in some sort of cover, because he doesn't want to get focused. He's bringing a lot of attention to himself. Even team number 17 might be looking their way, and with the zone closing in another 30 seconds, I don't think this is the position they want to be in, but they can obviously crawl a little bit more further in to get into the zone. So right now they can't focus the team behind them, they can't focus the team in front of them, and somehow the Soldier team has been able to get out and start rotating into Pochinki, and they're going to find themselves some cover there. And with that Insanity right now trying to make himself into some sort of cover here in side of Pochinki, with the I think the TD team also quite close by. He's going to spot out the Soldier team. He's going to be able to spot out the Team Destiny team as well on the left. So right now they're in a bit of a tough spot as well. So looking at Moha once again, the smoke's coming down from him. They want to start rotating to the right, but they need to smoke off everything. They don't have a very good angle, but the spray is coming in. Levan is going to take a little bit of damage from Moha here. Obviously being able to spot those shots with the Glassy, really lighting up the battlefield right here. So with that, Moha going to try and sneak his way in using the vehicle once again. And now team number 11 being pressured by Xtreme Club. So will they get a chance here to knock anyone from CNE here? They are currently not doing too great in terms of their performance, but XC team has definitely managed to get at least one chicken to their name. So let's see if they can further extend their points lead, or at least further add to their points in this second Erangel game. We've seen them do it before. Can they do it again is the question. And with that, the CNE player, he was able to get in his buggy and get the hell out of there. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at the SDZ team. We do see everyone now driving into the zone, obviously not in too much danger. Team number 15 is on the right. It's going to be the Equinox team. The Equinox team also has been doing quite well at the moment, so let's see if they can convert and get their first chicken dinner of the tournament. But with that, Torter going to try and park his Jeep in a way where he can use it as cover, obviously. Not exactly sure whether he wants it to face forward or face backwards or face sideways, so depending on where he wants to focus his attention on. And with that, Horse, the last one standing for the side of CNE, with the side of Xtreme Club really closing in on him. So I don't think he'll have too much chances to escape here. We even have the NRC team right in front of him. We saw them parking right in the open, expecting that school zone to come out. But with that, he might need to face off against all four of these players. And we can see Erangel once again from Akatsuki is pressuring the SDZ team. He has the DP as well, so definitely has a very strong gun to pressure with. It's very less recoil, as you can see. But in the meantime, he doesn't connect with too much of his bullets right there. Takes at least one shot right there to the west, and with that he's going to prone away. I think Snipey was the one who put a stop to his aggression. With that, he needs to be careful. Obviously he has the DP reloaded once again. Snipey with a pretty nice head glitch there, playing quite safely. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at Zute. They're all keeping their attention onto the Pochinki side, looking for those third parties, looking for those kills. And once again, the Horse is going to be looking forward here. He manages to escape from the side of Xtreme Club, but with that, the team number 24, the Batman team, once again falling very low here, as you can see, against team number 19 here, Num Num Juice. It's a full-on 1v1, and in the end, Num Num Juice just being able to secure that fight with a sliver of HP, but the SCC team actually managed to get one kill there, so actually stealing one of those kills, and both those teams actually went down, if I'm not mistaken. So Num Num Juice as well as the Soldier team both going to get eliminated simultaneously. Obviously third party coming out from SDZ as well, so definitely not the best position to be with, but with that SDZ is going to be super happy. They have 5 kills at the moment, nade being cooked. The team Destiny team right in front of them, these nades need to connect. Snipey going to take so much damage, but his nade is not going to connect. He needs to use this first aid kit. The vehicle also very close to exploding, so he needs to kind of get it away from that location, or he might be in a lot of trouble. And now Rex is taking a lot of damage. Torter stopping his spray after pre-firing initially, but now they need to try and find a way to support Snipey, but I don't think they get the chance. And now for once in a while, we actually see SDC with the zone and the high ground. So this could be the game that they finally get their first chicken dinner, but hopefully that does not jinx it. But with that Num Num Juice, you can see getting eliminated as well. Now Snipey holding down one angle. We have Zute and Mifzal somewhere else with Torter and Snipey as well, just trying to hold down the side of Team Destiny outside of the zone. They can't let them get in. They can't let Snipey go down for free, that's for sure. And with that, team number 18, the NRC team, also moving into the compounds on the right, but they will need to face off against the Equinox team. And now the Equinox team also, as you can see, moving in almost behind the SCC team using the vehicles, so they need to keep an eye out on that side as well. I don't think they can hear them, but right now their focus is on team number 17, the Team Destiny team. And with that, Snipey has to prone himself into safety. I think getting third party from a completely different side at the moment, but with that, Zute is going to be the player we're going to look at, and with that, STC might have to give up their position because team number 15 is here, but one of them does go down. It's going to be Bishop. Bishop actually goes down on the side of Equinox. Senna also has been taken out at the moment, so Takuru and NBR are going to be the last two players here on their side, with NRC coming up very close onto the high ground. As you can see, Amare has gotten taken down as well against Podda here, so KINGxRANGERS also holding their own against the side of NRC, but they are going to be able to crawl themselves into the zone, as you can see, and Snipey going down. He's going to get cleared out by the last player on the side of TD, which is going to be Devil, but SCC still have a very strong position with 3 players left alive. But now Torta needs to be careful because Equinox might turn their focus onto him, and with that the nade coming in, the Molotov coming in as well. Is he going to connect is the question. I don't think so. Devil actually going to have to fight himself, hide himself right there in that little bit of a corner, but in another 55 seconds he won't get the chance to actually, and with that the pre-fire coming in as well. The Molly very close to connecting. Torta closing the line of sight coming in for the side of Equinox with that smoke, but might need to re-smoke it very soon. He's going to heal up, use a bandage, has boosted up a little bit. He only has 1 more energy left in the tank, so let's see. With that, Mifzal and Zute both holding their own, trying to make sure that Equinox does not peek over and start pressuring Torta. It's going to be up to Torta to clear out team number 17 on the left. Insanity TRQ, the last player, actually they have the 3 of their players quite close by with the rest of the team, CNE team as well as the NRC team very close by. So it's the last 6 teams who's going to be in the top 5. Which teams are going to get eliminated? Will the TD team be able to pull off some sort of miracle here? But with that, you can see NBR taking a lot of damage, moving into the smoke. Not sure whether it's Torta or the rest of the SCC team that will actually pressure them. Probably was looking at the angle, but it might have been one of the players from NRC as well. As you can see, Hassan holding the low ground, so he's the one who's putting a dent into the Equinox team at the moment. And with that, now taking a look at TRQ, but Hassan taking a few shots, pressured by the zone as well, throwing more smokes forward, trying to get it, try to sneak his way into the zone right now. With that, the FN1 team also gets eliminated right now, so team number 11 is going to be heading back into the lobby. As you can see, Takuru also gets taken out. Bishop as well as NBR is going to be the last 2 left alive for Equinox, and with that, Levan gets taken out. So TRQ also gets eliminated by SCC here. SCC having the god location right now. Can the other teams do anything to stop their advances? I don't think so. And with that, the Equinox team now moving forward. More smokes being thrown the way of Equinox team. Torta also has a decent angle at the moment. He needs to be careful though. Moving around might give away too much information. And with that, the last 4 teams left alive in this final game during day number 5. Torta spots out one, takes down one as well. Looking for the next, trying to get the secure on the kill. Torta with 1 HP remaining does manage to survive at the moment though. Blocking the way with the smoke. He's going to heal up using the medkit, and now Zute, I think he has an idea of where Bishop might be, but the smoke is going to wear off very soon. And with that, only 13 more seconds left on the clock for this zone to close out. So it's still a top 4 situation with Equinox, NRC as well as I believe TD. And with that, KINGxRANGERS do get eliminated just now. We just see it on the screen. So they have, I think, gotten eliminated a little bit earlier. But anyway, with that, Zute does manage to find the kill. I think it was Torta who managed to find the kill onto Zute as well. And with that, the Equinox team is going to go back to the lobby. Is this the situation? Is this the position we were waiting for? We waited 5 days for this. Are we finally going to get this? Mifzal goes down though. In the meantime, Devil and Devil and Hassan both right now the solo players on the in their each side. So TD as well as NRC. The smoke's coming in. Will they be able to pick up Mifzal? It's going to be super important to have this numbers advantage. Not even losing 1 player at the moment is going to be super key right now. And we're going to be taking a aerial look at the situation. Obviously, Hassan and Devil almost running into each other, so close right now with the zone closing in a very short time. But Devil does get taken out by Hassan here, and now they know it's a 1 versus 3 situation. Looking for Hassan. STZ, they're finally going to get their first chicken, or are they? Will Hassan put a dent in it? He gets up, he fires. It's a 1-on-3 situation. It's still fighting, but STZ finally getting on the board with a 12 kill chicken dinner in Erangel. It took them 5 days, but they finally got here with the inaugural chicken dinner. So congratulations to them, finally getting that god spot in the late game. So what do you have to say, Monkey?
For a moment, I thought the NRC might actually win it. If NRC won it, I'll have to just keep quiet on the stream for the rest of my life. I can't even predict anything. Thank God SDZ won that match, but it was actually their game since the final zones were closing in towards their favor. I think NRC, if they had the numbers advantage, they would have given a really good fight. And Hassan doing an amazing performance for NRC right now.
By the way, new team won.
Oh yeah. Good predictions coming in from Lanka. I mean, that new team wasn't even expected. I mean, they have had a top 4 finish, top 3 finish, but they were not able to get the chicken dinner. And at last, on the 5th day, the last match, they were able to get the chicken dinner. So Mifzal finally being able to get that one chicken dinner. Let's see if they have put up enough points for the day. I mean, tomorrow we have new set of teams. Still those teams with 70, 80s, they are below, but they'll be trying to come up even more to secure a spot. So like Dhaka told, 120 might be the actual safe zone for you guys. So we have the next group, that's going to be B and C, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, B and C, who hasn't played together at all. So they'll be playing their 4 matches, and after that, everyone's completing 12 matches, and we have the last and final 4 matches. After that, it's going to be directly to the grand final. So definitely an interesting show over here. So definitely, we'll be seeing everyone tomorrow. So that's going to be B and C. So definitely excited to see how RGC OPEX is going to dominate. Definitely they have been dominating. That's what I'm saying. They're going to dominate. But definitely the other teams like today can do some unpredictable things. I mean, 3 new chicken dinner teams. Only E2S TM7 being the one team with triple chicken right now. So that also went away because of my big fat mouth. Moving on, I think I'll not be saying anything to E2S TM7 because I have become a fan of Eddie from now on. Just putting it there. With that, we'll be seeing.
That'll make them perform worse.
What's it?
I wonder if that'll make them perform worse.
Probably it will. I'm counting on that. So anyways, I think that was one hell of an amazing game to end the night, and we saw SDZ again coming up with a nice chicken dinner, beautifully done by Mifzal and his team, and NRC Hazain, someone of the surviving into that top two spots, definitely would be pushing them as well in the table. So they have 4 more matches to go. So this 2 groups has 4 more matches to go. That will be, I think, day after tomorrow, where they'll be playing. Oh no, they'll be playing on the last day. I think they'll be playing on the last day, so definitely going to be interesting to see how they'll be performing on that day. And will we be seeing SDZ and Mount Olympus qualify into the grand finals again to see the rivalry? But I think Dhaka, as you told, SDZ is making really smart moves on not dropping in that location and fighting in that place, and then losing a few players and not being able to survive through. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think they need to change something up because it was definitely not working for them, and we saw it. Yeah, even though sometimes they won, like majority of the time they did manage in. If you look at the rivalry, they were able to come out on top in terms of the individual score, but in terms of how they perform, because they always either lost a player or they had to survive with 1 player, because of that, they lost out on a lot of potential points that they could have racked up if they played a little bit more safe. So I think this approach, I mean, enough said, right? They got their first chicken dinner. They played 8 games already and they couldn't even win 1. But right now, in their last and final 12th game, they were able to get 1 chicken dinner. And I think that's going to do a lot in terms of their confidence. And it just means that the decisions that they're making right now is right. Because even though they landed safe and they played a lot slower in the earlier game without having to face up against Mount Olympus and having this mental rivalry between them, they were able to perform a lot better. Their positioning was a lot better. And overall, their performance was just better. So I think, the saying goes, if something works, don't change it, So let's hope that's exactly what they do. And if it works for them, they keep doing it. And we'll probably see better performances coming out from them the next time we see them.
We'll be seeing how they'll be doing with this new and improved strategy and gameplay coming in from SDZ. So with that, we'll be bidding good night to all of y'all, and thank you so much for joining in. So come back same time tomorrow, where you will be seeing B versus C play their 4 matches, and we'll be seeing if RGC OPEX is going to dominate tomorrow as well.
Switch to the best internet experience in Maldives. Because it's not fun when your internet's slow. Have less buffering, more fun.